29. Florida wins it. So as we said, it looks as though they are off and running and getting a big head start as far as the SEC East. One thing that we did notice, Kellen talked about the weather conditions. The special teamers, particularly the sidewinder kickers, had problems with the plant foot, Mike. So I wonder if the coaches, if distance field goals will be something of a question tonight. As McLeod gets the carry, he'll take it for a couple, and it's Pat Rogers who stops in.
Here's what I was talking about against LSU. 18 points a game, 94 and 95, and you see the others in the 456 yards and 36 points. So they've had a lot of success against most teams offensively, but not LSU.
You know, Mike, amazingly, Auburn came into this game last year averaging over 60 points a game and was held to no touchdown. Craig delivers. Did he trap it? Nope, they say he caught it at the 49-yard line. And look at Coach DiNardo. He is all over the official because he was as close as he was. And Jerry says, I don't think so. I don't think he got the ball. Baker was the man.
Ron, the other thing tonight, you see Auburn coming out in a no-huddle offense. This puts a lot of pressure on the defense because you're used to huddling and you're used to getting some confidence.
Formation. Ball is fumbled, and that play was doomed from the get-go as Beasley, he didn't want to make the pitch to begin with. Mike, what happened?
No, it looked like a bad snap where players didn't hear the count. Somebody didn't go on the count, and it looked like Damian Craig wasn't sure whether he really wanted to pitch that football to Fred Beasley.
Rusty Williams comes into the lineup. Fred Beasley will come to the bench. Rusty is number 3. He is a freshman out of Moncks Corner, South Carolina. 6 feet 201. Second down and 14. Damian Craig sets nicely right over the middle. There's the guy we're talking about, Rusty Williams, and he's tucked in the open field. He will take it across midfield to the 48 as Stansbury rides him down.
It's a good play call by Terry Bowden because when you have long yardage situations, 2nd and 14, there's no sense in trying to get it all back on one play. A little short, safe pass to Rusty Williams. Now you're back within third and 6. So now everything in your offense fits this call.
You know, Mike, for people who have only seen Auburn sparingly, last year, Damian Craig's name is familiar. He was the short yardage guy. Goal line, 3rd down and short, 4th and short. Every time he'd come in, he was in pressure situations. Is that one of the reasons he's gotten off to a very mature start, you think?
I think it was a great coaching job by Terry Bowden doing that.
Not much coaching can do for that for a quarterback. He is swamped at the 50 by Greg Hill.
But Ron, what happens when you get a quarterback on the field as a backup to Patrick Nix and you get him in pressure situations, he's better ready to take over right now. Now, he didn't see the blitz. Greg Hill, safety coming from the top, he didn't spot him. That's his job. He must scan the football field, see the strong safety coming, and be able to pick it up and get rid of the football.
Jared Holmes to punt as you look at Kevin Falk. And those numbers tell you a bunch. You don't want to kick to him if you don't have to. Holmes' kick, wobbly spiral, but it is returnable. From the 16. So the LSU Tigers do their job. Next, we'll see their offense.
There's a place in New York owned by the biggest sports stars around.
You know, I like to with long hair.
And you never know when they'll show up.
Long. Short.
It's the official All-Star Cafe.
Henry Griffey Jr., 301 lifetime average.
Where the owners are always willing to help out.
Excuse me, it's 302.
So if you go, bring the right stats and the right card. Visa, because the All-Star doesn't take American Express.
301 lifetime average.
Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Presenting the ultimate tire for your 4x4, the Michelin LTX. Michelin technology gives it a smooth, quiet ride. Yet it's tough enough, Michelin enough, to get you through anything.
Wow. why not start this morning at McDonald's and
Fill that phone, bitch! Without emptying this.
Blow in for this.
Without doing all of this.
Come on in for breakfast here and you'll save this.
And this. Mickey D's is as close as this.
With lots
and lots
and lots
and lots
of this.
So stop on in this morning and take a bite out of
This.
not
A bite out of
this. McDonald's.
I like it like this.
Have you had your break today?
Sooner or later, it's gonna happen. Call CarStar Collision Repair. We guarantee a quality job without any hassle.
Gorgeous shot as we're about to lose the sun, and they're hanging from the rafters, particularly in the northeast corner of the stadium. Here at Jordan Hare. First play for the LSU Tigers on offense. He's loose. Well, you can see the God-given talent that he has, and he has great energy and want to. 16 yards. Tyler, the quarterback. Falk, you just saw him. And Robert Tyler, the fullback, he is an excellent blocker. The wide receivers, somebody's got to step up big. Probably Larry Foster is going to wind up being the go-to guy. David LaFleur, tight end, he's huge. Number 47, he is 6'7". Wells, Perry, McClure, Baneka, and Bordelon making up the offensive front. Good solid group up there, and they're large. Counterplay. Falk. Ooh, they got him hemmed in this time. Terry Solomon, one of the first men, and then Spikes right there. Take a look at the starters for Auburn. The down three, Settle, Brumbaugh, and Mark Smith. The linebackers, as you saw right there, a very active group. Solomon, Neal, Spikes, he's the spiritual leader. Also Marcellus Mostella. And in the secondary, young group, two freshmen back there, Ware and Nolan, Gray and Martavius Houston. Martavius is the veteran performer in the secondary. And here's the guy right here, though. Takeo Spikes, number 55. He brings emotion to the park. Brumbaugh in pursuit. Savoy, the H-back, makes the reception, and it's Houston who hits him for the stop.
Ron, a big key for LSU to make the next step is they were 1-3-1 last year on the road. They lost to Kentucky and they tied a South Carolina team. To win the West, they've got to be better and have more success on the road. Tonight's big for them.
Like all of these, the H-back and the tight ends for Jerry DiNardo are huge. I mentioned LaFleur, 6'7". Savoy, who just caught the ball, he's 6'6".
They've got a basketball team at tight end.
Third down, line to make the 43. They try to set the screen. Good job defensively, and then he overthrows it. He wanted Cleveland.
Ron, he had it. Herb Tyler had the screen because he was able to buy enough time because of his athletic ability to just keep dropping in the pocket. He just overthrew the ball, and if he gets that football out there on the screen, they get a big play.
Baker drops off deep as you look at Kessler. No score, an offensive possession each, and the second punt of the night. One for Auburn now, one for LSU. Pass, and they're coming after him, and they didn't get it. Wow. Baker on the run, and he lets it get by. That's going to be an extra 10, now 12 yards for the LSU Tigers, and Auburn will scrimmage deep in their own territory. We'll take a break. A 47-yard punt.
Why float through life when you can drive?
You've been thinking about getting a digital satellite dish. And thinking some more. Well, think about this. The people at Radio Shack can answer your questions. Plus, now they've got great deals. Own an RCA brand DSS dish with programming for about $1 a day plus installation. Up to 200 channels of select movies and sports available on USSB and DirecTV. Think about it. Better yet, stop thinking about it. Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers.
James Brown and the Longhorns are rolling into Virginia to face Tiki Barber and the Cavaliers. Texas, Virginia, next Saturday at 7:30, only on ESPN.
No score. Doyle Jackson says let them play. And the Auburn Tigers come out to scrimmage at their own 16-yard line. Beasley turns the corner, takes a pretty good shot at the 23. Mike Tirico, let's check in with you for the first time tonight.
Ron, this McDonald's breakaway checks in on this East Carolina-South Carolina battle. Marcus Crandall, 17 yards to Larry Shannon, made a nifty move to get in the end zone in Columbia. Second quarter now, Pirates by 10.
Just a reversal of what we saw early last week up at Columbia, South Carolina.
Very emotional ball game for them last week against Georgia. And East Carolina, you know, had that tough loss to West Virginia. So I expected East Carolina to really come out and play.
We've just gone under 10 minutes to play in this first quarter. Each club with a possession, each club with a punt. Beasley again, this time to the wide side of the field. He just lost his footing on a second and short. Maybe he got a half yard, and it's going to be third down, and they need to take the ball just across the 26.
Ron, here's what you're going to see tonight out of LSU. Look at the wide receivers first of all. They're all manned up here. You got man coverage, so you get some big plays. But here's the free safety, Willie Mays. Center fielder playing in there. Now 7 people are in the box to try to stop the run. So look for some opportunities for some big plays for Damian Craig and Terry Bond's offense tonight.
Rayon Hill, number 21, deep in that secondary. Sophomore out of New Orleans. Pressure from the outside. Craig overthrows it. He was looking for Bailey. Karsten Bailey, a sophomore out of Sharpsburg, Georgia.
That's, again, Damian Craig's mistake. Denard Walker's blitzing from the outside. He didn't see him again. You see, he's upset with himself because he knows either he missed it or the wide receiver missed it, because you have to adjust the route. The wide receiver is going to shorten his route.
Holmes with his second punt of the night. Off the side of his foot. Caught. Well, it bounces away from him. And now he has to run away, and it's inside the 20-yard line. Well, next Saturday, ESPN, the place to be at 12:30. Darnell Autry and Northwestern take a look at the Indiana Hoosiers. Then at 7:30, we'll be up in Cavalier Country as Texas comes to town to do battle with Virginia and Mr. Barber. Then start the day with College Game Day, 11:30, and also the Residence Inn Scoreboard Show at 10:30 p.m. all next Saturday. This fire has broken behind the stadium. That is the southeast corner of the stadium. We saw light smoke first, and now you can see flames. As the pass is thrown complete, Bray comes up to make the tackle. And here's another look at what we're talking about. It would appear that those flames are diminishing some, and hopefully they're getting water on that. But we can't tell if it is a building next to the stadium, and certainly, hopefully, it is not a part of the stadium. Right now, very few people are watching the field. They are very concerned with the situation in the southeastern corner of the stadium. In fact, now David Housel, the athletic director, is coming down toward the booth. He wants to know if somebody can get a shot of what's happening as a flag comes down and the play has been whistled dead. It is the old Students Activity Building. It is next door to the stadium. David Housel came over to let us know, the old Students Activities Building. And wow, what a, we had an electric start here, but that really has got this crowd kind of with their neck on a spindle. The fire department is there, and we understand that everybody is safe. So if you've got loved ones here, don't be worried. As Fox goes over right tackle, takes it out to the 21. Brumbaugh stops him. Ron, the reason first down is so important for LSU is you've got a young quarterback. Even though he's 5-0 as a starter, Herb Tyler, you do not want to get him into long yardage situations tonight. 2nd and 3rd and long, because you force the turnovers that Auburn is so used to doing on defense. So you want to keep him in 3rd and short, success on first down. It is 3rd down now, and they need to take the ball to the 27-yard line to hold on to the football. Draw play. Fox has the first down and almost 10 more. Jason Bray finally came over to make the tackle. Another good call by Morris Watts, who's the offensive coordinator. He does not want to put Herb Tyler in some tough situations early. So you give the draw to Kevin Falk, you invite the rush up, and then you break the tailback inside him. And you can see the cutting ability to Kevin Falk. He is really an impressive running back. Well, you can't arm tackle him. No. It goes without saying. He will make the miss. With it. That's right, or he is off. That's 11 yards in the carry. But most importantly, as Mike said, it moves the chain. Little stop and go, looking for Foster up the near side. Overthrown, and in the backfield, Brumbaugh was all over Herb Tyler after he threw the ball. And that's a safe play call, because even if it's picked off, it's like a punt for you. So you get Herb Tyler a chance to air one out, and you also get the corners off your wide receivers a little bit. Now you know we're going to go deep on you, so that may open up a little bit of short hitch games, quick outs for Herb Tyler. If you just joined us, 6.5 minutes to play in this first quarter. LSU no score, Auburn no score.
2nd and 10 for LSU, 32.
Breaks off the tackle, breaks off another, across the 40-yard line. He's close to the 41, and it's Shannon Settle who is holding on for dear life. Well, you mentioned it a few plays ago. You better wrap him up and tackle him, and you better tackle him around those legs as best you can, because he has a strong upper body, and he's always moving with the football. This play should have been stopped. Auburn's in great shape defensively. As you see the tackles, people reaching out, and he's not there. They're not wrapping up, making a tackle on Kevin Falk. 3rd down and short. Savoy in motion. They go behind his block, and they will have the first down at the 43. Two things, Mike, that are terribly important, it would appear, on what has happened in, for instance, this drive. First down, they're picking up decent yardage. They're not playing 2nd and long, and they are playing it extremely safe for Tyler, as you had mentioned off the top that they would have to do. I think that's important. Let's see what they call on first down here. Now, they're on the right side of the field, but they may try a quick hitch or a quick out right here to get him a good short pass, figuring that the corners will be off a little bit because they just tried to hit him deep. .42 yards for Falk so far. Oh, boy. Martavius Houston comes up from the secondary. That's Rondell Mealy, along with Settle, and really got whacked. Good look at Martavius. He is certainly one of the leaders on this defense. In fact, his first interception came on a game right here on ESPN. Only a true sophomore, but this defense is so young. There are 6 true freshmen on the Auburn first 22 defensively. Second and long. Pass overthrown. Wanted Mealy out of the backfield, and now they got third and long.
That was an interesting defense by Auburn, and the run has hurt them so far in the first quarter. So what the adjustment that Auburn has now is to load up the tight inside. Wherever David LaFleur will line up, they're going to load that side up defensively to try to take away the run, figuring that most of the running game is going to be behind their outstanding tight end, David LaFleur, number 47.
Terry Bowden pacing on the sideline. Third down conversions tonight. The LSU Tigers are 2 of 3. Tyler from the shotgun has it complete, and it's going to go for negative yardage as Bray comes up with the stick. And boy, that was a hit.
Good tackle by Jason Bray. And remember the last time, even though the field position's not good to go block a punt, Martavius Houston was in on the last punt. We'll see when they decide to go after the next one.
Here's Baker back as the deep man. He has dropped off to the 10. Defensive struggle so far. Good protection this time and a good coverage kick. Very high. Baker runs away from it, and it's going to go dead inside the 5-yard line. 48 yards in the punt. Let's take a timeout. No score. Auburn and LSU.
Hunting season is here, and Easy Living Yamaha in Rome makes it easy to own a new Yamaha 4-wheeler. Buy any new Kodiak or Big Bear and get a Warren winch for only $69.95. Zero down financing available. That's Easy Living Yamaha. Highway 27 North, Rome.
Hi, folks. This is Bob Williams. I'm here today to talk about new cars. We've got a great selection of these right now, all the way from the Dodge Neon, all the way up to the Chrysler LHS. We've got rebates on all of these new cars right now, starting out at $1,000 on the Neon, going all the way up to $3,000 on the LHS. We've got a good selection of these. It's time to move them out. It's year end. So come on out and test drive it. Bob Williams Dodge, 2500 New Calhoun Road, Rome, Georgia.
In the middle of the night, many of us search for answers to life's questions. Is there a God? Am I loved? Why was I created? Did the Yankees beat the Twins? ESPN News Network, the 24-hour sports news network from ESPN. Who else?
No score in our ball game. 3:39 to play, first quarter. And again, if you can see the smoke there, Kellen Winslow has been outside, and after the play, we will get him to update what he saw at the old student activities building, which is on fire. It is not the stadium here at Auburn, though. We repeat that. Everybody is safe inside the stadium. Craig Beasley out across the 10. He'll take it to the 13-yard line as Greg Hill puts a stop on him. And Kellen, let's go down to you. What did you find out? What did you see out there?
Well, Ron, Mike, I saw a building engulfed in flames. The flames were shooting up pretty high there. The police stopped us and wouldn't let us get any closer than we really were. A lot of students were trying to get over to the area because they thought their cars were over there. There are no injuries reported at this time. We don't know if anybody's hurt in this flame. The fire truck is there. An ambulance was called on the spot, and the flames are coming back again.
Okay, but again, we repeat, everybody is safe. So if you have a child or a loved one here at the ball game, that fire is being contained in the area across the street. Coming back to the open side of the field. Can he turn the corner? Yes. There's a flag, though, as he comes out of bounds at the 26-yard line. And, Mike, we got a hold. Stansberry got him. $14 yards in the carry. LSU's defense is applauding, so we would assume that this call will go against Auburn, and that is it. Offensive holding.
When you get the corner like Auburn has got the corner on those last two plays, you figure something's happened. Either they're manhandling those defensive ends or they are holding. But Fred Beasley's been open on the toss sweep to be able to get around the corner.
Foul was holding by the offense. Still second down. Penalty from spot of the foul.
So from the spot, and they have taken it now inside the 9-yard line. So it's going to be second down and about 6 yards for the Auburn Tigers. And since it happened from the spot, and that's where the penalty went, could have been worse.
That's really not bad for Auburn. Second, still short yardage, medium yardage.
There is some cracking going on inside. Pat Rogers came up to meet the ball carrier, Beasley, just about as quickly as he got the football. And now it will be third down. Smith starting in the ball game tonight. You can see Charlie heading off the field. He's a redshirt freshman out of New Orleans, number 35. Last week it was Markeith Spears who opened at that middle linebacking position. He had a little problem overrunning the play. Charles Smith started the game tonight. Calais normally occupied that position. They lost him with a knee injury for the entire year last week, or 2 weeks ago, I should say, against Houston. Damian Craig on a draw play. Eric Hines Tucker, the ball carrier. They stopped him at the 10, and LSU stands to get good field position. Mike, would you kick it to Falk here? You want to kick it away from him?
Well, I think you want to kick it away from him, but you're more concerned about getting this kick off, Ron. Auburn has really not been able to handle the pressure of LSU. Denard Walker, they've had the ball 3 times, and 3 times they've fired him from his outside corner spot, and 3 times Auburn has not picked him up.
Jared Holmes standing about 4 yards deep in his end zone. Good coverage kick. Very, very high.
We got a wall.
Ball. That's a clip. Inside the 30-yard line, out of bounds at the 27. Jared Holmes, the punter, came over to make the tackle on him, but I think it's going to take a long walk back. 48 yards on that punt. Well, join John Miller and Joe Morgan for the ESPN Sunday Night Baseball Game of the Week. Tomorrow, it'll be in New York for the Yankees and the Red Sox. The Rocket, Roger Clemens, is scheduled to pitch his last start. Remember, he struck out 20 batters, tying his own Major League record. ESPN Game of the Week tomorrow, 8 o'clock. By the way, the Yankees won 12-11 today in 10 innings. So it's Baltimore, Seattle, a half back in the wild card AL. Chicago 2 off, and Boston 3 off the pace. 55 seconds left in this first quarter of play. LSU back on offense, and like I said, they stood to get good field position because of the penalty all the way back at their own 36. Draw play to Falk. Breaks 1, breaks 2, and is finally going to be tackled by the third Auburn Tiger at the 44, Mike Tirico. It's a hot night down here. How about up there?
Well, Ron, it's a wet night. We can tell you this for sure. Between the hedges, Georgia had come back to take a 7-6 lead, but on the ensuing drive, Byron Hanspard, what a running back. 47 yards here. He has a $185 on the game. Texas Tech leads by 5. South Carolina has answered East Carolina's 10-0 lead. Now a 3-point game in Columbia.
Okay, Michael, that's 2 weeks in a row that good tailbacks have lit them up defensively. Mostella makes the tackle on Tyler.
And sometimes when you have a wet turf or a wet ball, the ball will get wet. And that's what it looked like. Herb Tyler just didn't handle the center exchange and dropped the football. Wisely recovered it quickly.
I talked earlier about the fact that they were that the Sidewinder kickers were having a little problem with their plant foot. By the way, Mostella, 34 tackles the last 2 years in the LSU game. Last year, he had 19 stops against the guys from Baton Rouge. Hyder back into the boundary. They get a hand on him. He's not going to have the first down. And with that, the end of the first quarter. And as they change ends of the field, it is Auburn nothing and LSU nothing.
I don't even know why we're going to Pinecrest. Fairways are like swamps. Sand traps are like clay. I mean, personally, I don't even find the course all that challenging.
What do you want? Pebble Beach?
Yeah.
Kelly Springfield tires are designed to go a long way. So go. Get every mile you can out of life.
You know it's going to be a 10-hour drive. Good thing weekends are 2 days.
There are lots of reasons to buy life insurance. Here are 2 great ones. I'm State Farm Agent Mike Boyd. As the Goff family has grown, so have their life insurance needs. That's why we get together for family insurance checkups. I make sure to explain all the options, then they decide on the plan that's right for them. Ask your State Farm agent for a family insurance checkup. It's a great way to learn about life.
Announcing the Dollar Rent-A-Car 30th Anniversary $3 million Instant Win Game. It's driving people wild. Because now, when you rent from Dollar, you can win fabulous prizes. Like 30,000 frequent flyer miles. 30 round-trip airline tickets. 30 Florida or Hawaii vacations. And then there's that $3 million prize. $3 million! The 30th Anniversary Instant Win Game. Only at Dollar. Call now for our special low anniversary rates.
All right, gentlemen. Tomorrow, your butts are mine. Lights up.
Man, I'm hungry. Russell Athletic Wear is made to handle the toughest situations on and off the field.
Hot dog. French fries. Hamburger. Tacos. Tacos grande. Pizza.
Coach?
Going somewhere, ladies. Hard work. Dedication. Commitment.
Get Russell Athletic. Get tough.
Get up there, large butt. Go, go.
Impossible to forget.
I'm gonna have to pull the trigger.
I like that girl. Impossible to resist.
You've never done that before.
And impossible to survive.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to get our money. This Friday,
She's one hell of an athlete.
a bombshell will hit the valley.
This is a nice place to live. I would like to keep it that way.
Really?
2 days in the valley. Rated R. Starts Friday.
Well, this is a live shot and not a very pleasant sight. That's the old Student Activities Building. We should say those flames are going as high as the stadium. That building, though, is 70 to 80 yards beyond the stadium. And there was a paved road in between. The fire department is there. And again, we reiterate, the police won't let anybody out of this stadium to go in that direction. As far as we know, everybody's safe. Kessler, pressure on him, and he can't get it off. And he's going to be tackled at the 39-yard line by Larry Melton.
It was just a matter of time. You remember the first punt. They almost got the first one. Now he's a third punt. They come back after it again. Karsten Bailey, number 5, in the face of the punter, and Auburn now with great field position.
Mike, there was, Karsten Bailey, number 5, as you pointed out, was the guy who was parallel to the ground. He had it.
And he would have blocked it. And they came very close on the first punt of the ball game to blocking one.
Damian Craig from the shotgun formation. They got a safety blitz on, and they toss it to Baker right over the middle. Inside the 25, and he's down to the LSU 23. McFarland put a stop on him, but what a play for the defense LSU had called.
And Damian Craig, again, makes this play because he drops back and then looks like he's getting in trouble. A little bit of an actor, which you want in a quarterback on a screen pass to Bailey.
Baker is shaken up again. He is down on the sideline, and the John Larkin, the head trainer for Auburn, and his guys are out taking a look.
Little crossing route to Robert Baker, just beyond the line of scrimmage. Anthony McFarland, the injured tackle who is coming back after being off for 3 weeks, made that play.
Baker was sensational in last week's game against Ole Miss. In fact, it was the biggest game of his career, Mike. He had 5 passes for 161 yards and 2 touchdowns in that game. But he's gone down twice tonight on a couple of really tough shots.
And they need him because he's their touchdown maker.
On the 2 touchdown catches he had against Ole Miss last week, his feet were almost as high as the defensive back's waist, certainly to the thigh. I mean, he is a great leaper to go with the speed, and we're glad to see that he's up and coming off on his own power. So the situation, early going, in fact, the first minute of the second quarter, Auburn nothing, LSU nothing, but the Auburn Tigers threatening tonight. This is the deepest penetration by either team. Craig just missed Karsten Bailey. Troy Twilley. If you watched this game last year and you follow these two teams closely, that name rings a bell because he's the one who made the interception when Auburn was trying to drive and get the win.
Yeah, that was sealed to win. Tyrone Goodson was the receiver on the play, and Troy Twilley made the interception.
Boy, 10 quarters, not allowing a touchdown. That's the LSU defense against Auburn. The Auburn Tigers trying to break that drought now. Quarterback draw. 20, 19, and that ball is loose. And they say he is down as Pat Rogers was holding on to him.
Ron, a nice little adjustment by Auburn offensively. Damian Craig in the first couple series, as Terry Bowden knows that he's having trouble seeing the blitz, and they're bringing corners. They're bringing Denard Walker 24, and they're bringing Greg Hill 25. So the answer to that is take Damian Craig and put him in the shotgun so he can best see and better see the blitz coming. Now he can pick it up a little bit better.
Kincaid Pennington, number 40, and Rusty Williams, number 3, join Damian Craig in that Auburn backfield. Just missed Rusty Williams, and boy, for the moment, he was open. Chuck Wiley was trying to come over to cover, but I don't think that mismatch would have worked very well.
No, they would have got the first down, and again, Damian Craig just hurrying his throws here a little bit in the first half.
Jared Holmes will attempt a 35-yard field goal. You see, 6 of 7. He's been a pleasant surprise this year. His longest is from 50. He's good. Jared Holmes puts the Auburn Tigers on the board first. Take a break. 3-0.
Don't let a new car payment be a financial burden. Call 1-800-32-SMART about Smart Lease by GMAC. It's an affordable way to drive off with a new GM vehicle. And it might even give you something you wouldn't mind carrying around.
What you think?
Oh no, ice.
What the Bravada thinks.
Increased coefficient of friction, divert torque to adjust wheel velocities.
With its exclusive Smart Track system, the Bravada automatically reacts to changing road conditions. So with no buttons to push or levers to pull, you can let it do the thinking.
Oh no, marbles.
coverage of Saturday Primetime is brought to you by Oldsmobile and your local Oldsmobile dealer. And by Burger King, where you can get your burger's worth. Well, let's go back to 2 years ago. LSU was in the process of upsetting number 11 Auburn when the Auburn defense took over. 3 fourth-quarter interceptions for touchdowns gave Auburn a 30-26 win and a dramatic come-from-behind victory. Some of the folks who have traveled here from Baton Rouge, as Holmes will kick it off. This is Mealy. All the way out to the 36-yard line. The scoring drive following that 27-yard return.
Pretty good return here, Ron. I think I turned the penalty down. Start right here. Good field position.
Kicking team was off sides, declined, first down.
So now we show you the scoring drive. 5 plays, 21 yards. 1:32 off the clock. And Holmes knocks down a 35-yard field goal to put Auburn on top. Kevin Falk, you see him looking from side to side, but they'll fake it to him, and that is Savoie out of bounds at the 42-yard line. And Mike Tirico, let's check back with you.
Ron, after wins over Arizona and Iowa State at home, Iowa on the road at Tulsa. Cedric Shaw, 50 yards here. It set up a Matt Sherman touchdown pass. Iowa looking to go 3-0, leads Tulsa by 4.
All right, Michael, our ball game 3-0. Auburn over LSU. We have just over 13 minutes to play until halftime. Look at the change of direction, even on the wet field, and all of a sudden, Martavius Houston says that change came on my interstate here.
Well, Martavius Houston, remember, he's a defensive back, and that's the respect that Auburn and Bill Oliver, the defensive coordinator, has for the great tailback Kevin Falk, because they're moving 8 people up into the box again to stop the run. They're going to make Herb Tyler beat him. They're going to try to take away Kevin Falk in the running game.
Here's Bill Oliver right there. Back down in the plains. Coached here before, and of course was with Alabama until last year. 3rd down and short. Falk gets the corner as he hops and jumps and steps out over the 50-yard line. And Robert Tyler, give the big fullback credit. What a nice block.
He made a nice block, and when you get to the corner like that, you've got to have a tight end that can block. David LaFleur, number 47, who we've talked about earlier, being a great player, 6'7", 278-pound senior, made a nice block on the corner to be able to get Kevin Falk to the edge.
Mike, we were sitting watching video yesterday, and you don't normally say something like this because you like to watch good passing, good catching, good running. He's fun to watch block. I mean, he just seals the entire outside, and it's 6'7", 279, pretty good size for a tight end. And the man we're just talking about, nope, they say he trapped it. David LaFleur, senior out of Westlake, Louisiana.
Well, Mel Kiper, the draft expert, rates him, if not including the juniors if they come out, he feels like that David LaFleur is the 3rd best player in college football right now. Blesto, which is the service that goes out as the NFL people and scout people, they have him ranked as the #1 prospect in the senior class. So tight ends are hard to find, and when you find one like David LaFleur, he's going to go high.
I've got another question for you in just a minute about LaFleur. 2nd down and 10. Clock is going to finally be knocked out of bounds. Let's see where they're going to spot him as Spikes. Bumped him out of bounds. They're going to say at the 39. Mike, he is a perfect size, LaFleur, for an offensive tackle. I mean, he could even gain 20. He runs a 4.7 now. Would he be better served to try to become an offensive lineman in the NFL?
Well, you know, those left tackles on the blind side of a right throwing quarterback are at a premium. They're a high-priced. But I tell you, I think you'd have a hard time talking David LaFleur into going down and giving up catching those footballs as an athlete.
Third down. They need the Auburn 35. Short drop. Got the pass complete, and that'll be good for the LSU first down as Chris Beard caught it and then took a pretty good pop. Kellen Winslow, let's check with you quickly.
Well, you guys were talking about LaFleur. I think I know a little bit about playing tight end. I played it for a couple of months in high school. But LaFleur is quite a talent. The one thing he's going to have to work on is getting in and out of the break. He's a little gingerly right now on this type of turf because it is kind of slippery. And at 6'7", that's a lot of body to move.
Yeah, that's for sure. Last week, Kellen, he had a nice, or 2 weeks ago, he had a nice catch against Houston, but also fumbled, turned it over at a critical time in the ball game. Back into the boundary they run with Cleveland. Antoine Nolan, the true freshman out of Sharpsburg, Georgia, from that right corner spot, is there to make the hit.
And this is what you have to do if you're Auburn. You got to get Herb Tyler in second and third and longs. You cannot get into those situations where you can run and pass. You got to make him throw the football. He looks like he's settling down a little bit here on the road, though. He's had some early success.
Chris DiNardo said that the biggest thing that he's got to learn to do, and that is to mix his plays. Got him. That is Savoie. From LaFleur, 6'7" to Savoie, 6'6". Easy targets to hit as Martavius Houston is there defensively. Well, the Deuce has the best in college football next Saturday at noon. The midshipmen of Navy will be battling against Boston College. Then at 6 o'clock, Maryland takes on the Mountaineers of West Virginia. And it's not over. At 9 o'clock, June Hindley and number 22 Kansas go up against Utah of the Western Athletic Conference. First and 10, LSU, their deepest penetration of the night. But he is hammered by Martavius Houston. Also there, number 50, Ricky Neal, the junior from Daytona, Florida.
Well, anytime you pass a team's 25-yard line going in, you can expect some kind of pressure. And what Bill Oliver is going to do here, he's going to bring pressure from the outside. You're going to see number 25. It's a defensive back, Martavius Houston. No one picked him up. He made the play. Now forces, again, Herb Tyler into long yardage situations. Auburn looking for the turnover off Herb Tyler.
Loss of one.
I was going to say, be a good screen down for LSU.
Right over the middle. Foster complete inside. Well, let's see where they're going to give him forward progress. They'll say at the 10-yard line exactly. So they do not pick up the first down, but it's going to be third down, and they only need a couple.
When you have number 3 in the backfield, everybody's figuring it's going to be Kevin Falk time with 3rd and 2.
Herb Tyler, senior out of New Orleans, Louisiana, has got the play, and they are to the line with a 3rd and 2, just about 2.5 actually. And he's right into the student section of the stadium. Clock was running down. He wants a timeout. So we'll take the break with him. Auburn 3, LSU threatening.
Never told a friend about a beer before.
It's definitely a new taste for Miller. It's not my brand, but it's good.
It's got a lovely bouquet. Hops gives it that flavor. It says style, but means action. Good color.
For big flavor that goes down easy, taste the taste of new Miller beer. The one with the red label.
I said, give me another Miller.
New Miller beer. Taste the taste.
It sounds good, too.
What you're thinking.
Hey, cows.
What the Bravada's thinking.
Mud on a 4% grade. Reduce slippage via viscous clutch.
With its exclusive Smart Track system, the Bravada automatically reacts to changing road conditions. So with no buttons to push or levers to pull, you can think about more important things.
I wonder who invented barbed wire.
That would be Joseph Clinton.
The Devils go down to Georgia to tackle Tech. Duke, Georgia Tech, Thursday at 8, only on ESPN.
And now for tonight's Burger King students of the game. From LSU punter Chad Kessler, he's a microbiology major, a 3.9 average. And from Auburn, tackle Jim Rowe. He was in graduate school of business, majoring in business with a 3.0. Burger King recognizes scholar athletes through its $1 million scholarship program by donating $100,000 per week in the name of the players whose achievements go beyond the field and into the classroom. He missed the handoff. He's lucky he didn't fumble, Mike Godfrey.
He tripped coming out of the from the center exchange, and he missed the handoff to Kevin Falk. They were going to give Kevin Falk the ball off the right side, but here he trips, fumbles the football, wisely got it back again, sets up the field goal for LSU.
So this field goal attempt will be at 30 yards by Wade Ritchie. Good pass, flags all over the place, and I'll tell you, he missed it. Let's see who the markers are against, Mike.
Well, where the flag is thrown, it's probably going to be offsides, I would think.
You see LSU pointing, it is against the Auburn Tigers. Wow.
Well, it's the last thing you want on special teams, to have a 4th and 5 situation. Now they're going to stretch this out and see if it is a first down.
Five yards from the previous spot, 4th down.
Still 4th down.
So the penalty will not pick up the first down, but it moves about for a 25-yard attempt.
And he missed the field goal. So now you give him a second chance to put 3 on the board.
Hit the left upright and went through, and now there are flags down again. Wade Ritchie is living dangerously.
Must be something if it's
Mike,
offside
this could be a first down.
Oh, it will be. Now, you can't make that mistake even once, but when you make it twice, by alignment, what's happening, when you line up offsides, all you have to do is look into the football. Terry Bowden cannot believe this is happening to this football team. But they're going to take 3 off the board, and LSU's offense is back on the field.
Doyle Jackson discussing with Savoie, who has instructions from his bench, obviously, to take the penalty.
Mark that down, Ron. That was 2 offside penalties. One, you missed the field goal. The second one, now you...
by the defense, which will be penalized half the distance to the goal, first down.
And it also, on a very young defense, would have given Bill Oliver an opportunity to stand up at halftime and say, okay, guys, you did what you were supposed to. You stopped them, and they missed the field goal. Now they get an opportunity to score a touchdown.
This is where you need great defense if you're Auburn. You're always looking for a great goal line defense.
Holds on to it. Going to run it at the 2, maybe to the 1 as Tyler Martavius Houston will wrap him up.
Bill Oliver talked about Herb Tyler, the LSU quarterback, and he said his feet are so fast it's like having a running back under center. And I've been impressed. There's some good quarterbacks in the Southeastern Conference, and Herb Tyler so far in this ball game has been impressive. He hasn't made mistakes. He's played within the system. He's thrown the ball very well, and he's an athlete coming out of there.
Second down. LaFleur and Pop, the 2 tight ends. No, sir. In fact, he may have lost about a half yard. Nate Smith is down at the bottom of that pile.
Ron, you practice this all the time. Defenses get backed up. Now you've got to be superhuman down there. You've got to shut people out. If you're going to be a great defense, you've got to be able, once the ball gets inside your 5-yard line, to get penetration up the field and not allow them in the field. Force them to a field goal, not a touchdown.
The ball is right on the 2, maybe just inside of it. Third down. Touchdown LSU. Tyler, by the slimmest of margins, got it across the end zone line as Bray was there to make the hit, but not in time.
And Jerry Gennardo has a background in the option. Ran the option offense at Vanderbilt, ran it with Bill McCartney out of Colorado. Has enough option plays in his system right now to take advantage of the defense inside the 10-yard line.
Well, let's see if they get this extra point, because it's been rather exciting with Wade Ritchie so far. There, he got it right down the middle. So there's a timeout on the field. 6:34 left until halftime, and our new count is LSU 7 and Auburn 3.
Music Room has been the place to go for band instruments for 40 years. We commit ourselves to quality, ensuring that you get only top-of-the-line band instruments when you buy or rent from us. You get names like Yamaha, King, LeBlanc, Canadian Brass, and Selmer, all names that stand for quality in the music business. Our band instrument staff are all trained and certified. We're proud to be the Yamaha Music and Education dealer in Georgia. The Music Room, East 2nd Avenue in Rome, serving music education in Northwest Georgia since 1956. Already know about Owen's famous barbecue, but did you know they serve breakfast too? You get a good breakfast at a good price. If you need it fast, just head for the drive-thru.
This is my planet. This is my favorite barbecue place. This is my seat, and this is my special biscuit. We call it the Hat. And this is Grandma Pat. She makes my special biscuit. You come here, and she'll make one for you, too.
Owen's Barbecue, Martha Berry Highway, in Armurchie.
Was a failed backup football announcer who vowed his sons would fulfill his broadcast dreams. McGinty masterminded perhaps the grandest scheme this country's ever known. 3 of his sons would attain an all-pro knowledge of the sport. One would become an announcer, the last a journalist. They were then assigned different last names, so none could be accused of nepotism. In the coming months, you'll learn their incredible true story.
Well, this man got the touchdown on the 2-yard run in the drive. 14 plays, 63 yards, 6:45 consumed on the clock, and 2 absolutely gigantic penalties by his team. And boy, that'll be part of the conversation at halftime, you can bet, as you look at Baker. Also, Eric Stein Tucker, number 30. But it's going to come down to Baker, 1 yard deep. To the 21.
Special teams, there was 2 offsides by the Auburn defense. You see they're lined up, looking in at the football, but offsides. They've kept the drive alive. The first one was a missed field goal. Then the second one got a first down. Then Herb Tyler on the option play just barely reaches out and gets that ball in the end zone for an LSU score.
Keith Cooper, first time that we've seen him tonight, number 17. And they'd like to get the ball to him, and he's overthrown on this one. He is a freshman out of Miami. Markeith has been clocked between 4.2 and 4.3. His brother is the 55-yard indoor sprint champion, and they think that this fella has got a real great future coming here at Auburn.
And Ron, he was late starting practice because this clearinghouse that the NCAA has formed, which is a terrible organization. They slow down a lot of things, and but Markeith didn't get to start right away, and he was a little bit behind, but his running back coach, Rodney Allison, said he's picked up everything quickly.
Well, when he gets the football, you'll see what we mean, even on this wet turf. They fake the draw. Craig deep over the middle. That's Bailey. And he put that one right between, well, actually right in the middle of the 5. Mark Roman makes the stop, and it was Mixon. You could see coming, putting pressure on the quarterback.
Damian Craig's going to make a good draw fake. That holds the linebacker. See, no one's in the middle of the field because the linebackers are held with a draw fake. Karsten Bailey over the middle. First down, and Damian Craig needs something like that, Ron. He's been off the mark. He's been high, wide, all over the place.
Well, you could see his arm strength on that throw. Good for 19 yards. Beasley gets a block, turns the corner just shy of the 50-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 9 as Alan Stansbury had to trip him up, and McLeod with a good block.
Well, Fred Beasley looks like a man possessed tonight, and after the Ole Miss game, he said LSU's been the game we've been looking forward to since spring practice. They embarrassed us last year, holding us for 2 field goals, and he said, this is the game. It's not Alabama. It's not Georgia. We want LSU. So Fred Beasley's doing his part.
That's a live action as you see 43 Kevin McLeod carrying the ball, and Beasley's on the sideline and looked as though he got nicked a little bit on the ankle. First down, Auburn. First down. Well, good job by the defender. Pass is caught by Bailey, and it's right on the 35. It's going to be close to the first down. Mike, we have just gotten this video back from the fire across the street. Now, this is down at street level. This is where Auburn used to play basketball. We call it the barn, and the old student activities building. It's now where the gymnastics facility has been housed. It is a complete loss. But the good news is nobody has been injured. They watered down the cars in the area, and I'm not going to go on a limb and say that all of those were untouched by the fire because it was pretty hot. But no injuries, everybody's safe, and they have it well under control. And David Hauser came back and said, we thought it was another building there, but it was the one next to it where Auburn used to play basketball.
Well, Terry Bowden's looking for a fire out of Damian Craig right now. He knows that the junior quarterback has to get going for his offense, because what LSU's doing, they're cranking up their defense to stop the run, and Damian Craig has to answer. He's 6 out of 10 for 68 yards, but he needs to get some completions in a row to keep the chains moving.
Second down, just inches to pick up the first. Under 5 minutes to play until halftime. Craig on the audible. Goes with the running play. Hines Tucker. Inside the 25-yard line. Mike Tirico, let's check in with you again.
Ron, this rainstorm's going right through the whole SEC. Georgia down 5, facing 3rd and 10. Mike Bobo up top. Juan Daniels wins the battle. The flag was on the defense. Georgia up by 1. Little option, no. It's a little pitch on the reverse. Hines Ward on the 2-point conversion. Up and over. Dogs by 3.
Flags are down all over the place here as that pass is overthrown. Nobody open. Johnny Mitchell coming back in defensively for LSU. McFarland getting a breather. Of course, Anthony has had a foot injury, still not 100%, so they're getting some break time for him. Sutton goes to the bench, and Kenny Mixon, 57, will come back in.
5 yards from the previous spot. First down.
Illegal substitution at LSU. (7-3). LSU leads. 4 minutes and 20 and counting showing on the clock. Quarterback draw. And Craig slipped down. He lost the football for a moment. Got on it just outside the 20. And it's Mixon who was there on it.
Ron, last year LSU had such success in their game plan against Auburn's offense. This is Carl Reese. And when Carl Reese was the coordinator for Jerry DiNardo at Vanderbilt, they had success against Terry Bowden's offense. So it's an offense and a defense that has gone against each other, and LSU has won so far.
LSU shows blitz. Beasley. 1st and 10, Auburn Tigers. Just outside the 10. They can pick up the first down without scoring.
Well, contain was lost by LSU's defensive ends. Auburn being able to get Beasley out of side. Watch the draw play. Now watch it break outside. Kenny Mixon's either getting held in there by Geno James or just a great block, but he's able to get outside Fred Beasley of Kenny Mixon.
Damian Craig says, let's discuss it with my coaches on the sideline. That's exactly what they'll do. The LSU Tigers on top by 4.
The way I see it, coaching against this Leon kid must be like sitting on a tack. Got your offense stymied, your defense bamboozled. What can you do? And just when you figure things can't get any worse, guess who shows up to return the punt? Prime time. Oh, brother. Anyway, take it from me, forget your fancy sports drink and get yourself some bicarbonate of soda.
They say Gateway 2000 changed how the world buys computers. Factory direct over the phone. Now we bring you Destination.
It's a big screen PC.
This is cool.
It is TV and a computer.
It's huge. Oh my gosh.
You're going to want one of these, you know. Where does it come from?
South Dakota.
South Dakota.
Gateway computers feature the Intel Pentium processor. To find out more about Destination or our other PCs, call 1-800-GATEWAY. You've got a friend in the business.
Looking for something?
Yeah, that dime from Sprint's long-distance plan.
Having trouble finding it, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's because depending on when you call, the Sprint cents rate isn't always a dime. It could be a quarter or 65 cents on calls to Canada.
Oh.
Try AT&T True Reach Savings. On average, most people can save more than with Sprint cents when they spend $25 a month on calls in the U.S. Plus, you'll always save more on calls to Canada.
Wow, I found what I'm looking for.
That's your true choice, AT&T.
7-3 LSU, but that lead is in jeopardy right now. This is the 9th play of the drive. It started back at the Auburn 21. Beasley, nothing to the left, cuts back to the right, and has 3, maybe 4. As Theo Williams bumped him down pretty hard.
Ron, what happened on that play? I believe Damian Craig looked up because of what we talked about earlier. Kenny Mixon and Theo Williams getting hooked. They widened them out a little bit, so Damian Craig wanted to check off and go inside. Last season, we talked about goal line offense. He was 13 touchdowns and 13 tries. That's where he got his experience to be the starting quarterback tonight. Patrick Nix was the starter the rest of the time. This season, he's 4 for 6. Dangerous player down here.
Rusty Williams, number 3, checks into the lineup. Craig pass out in the flat. That's who he goes to Williams, and he's hit immediately by Cedric Donaldson. That is awfully good coverage. Pressure coming from Greg Hill, number 25.
It's the same stunt that Carl Reese has ran this entire game, bringing a strong safety out of the secondary to put pressure on Damian Craig, and then to tighten up the man coverage a little bit.
3rd down. And we mentioned that they can get a first without scoring, but they only have an inch left. Here's what Terry Bowden wants. He just wants it in the end zone.
He's just going to run the clock down here and take a timeout and then talk about this third down play.
So the Auburn Tigers have one timeout remaining. And we're going to hold it right here. Well, tune in this Thursday, 7:30 for the weekend kickoff show. Catch all the news, insights, and predictions. Then at 8 o'clock, it's an ACC battle as Duke takes on Georgia Tech, led by running back C.J. Williams. Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern Time.
Ron, what makes Damien Craig dangerous down here is the same thing that made Herb Tyler dangerous down the other end. The option play, because your quarterback now is not only a drop-back passer and a good passer, but also he has some quick feet that he can run the football. So now you've got to account for a quarterback who can run if you're the defensive coordinator, Carl Reese, trying to stop Damien Craig. I'd have the ball in Damien Craig's hands on the corner.
All righty, the defense, all 11 went over to the sidelines to talk with the defensive coaches and get the instructions from Carl Reese. Meanwhile, Coach Tommy Bowden, the offensive coordinator, his charges are still on the sideline talking with his brother Terry Bowden.
The other possibility down here is a quarterback draw. That they're going to widen people out on you to try to keep Damien Craig pinned in. You always have a quarterback draw.
Now look for a quick snap here. You remember, this is what they did many times last year as they come out to line up. No, they're going to go ahead and get set. 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. They got him. Number 25, Greg Hill, and he's been pressuring him all night long on the blitz.
That's the problem that Auburn and Terry Bowden, he has frustration right now because Carl Reese has dialed that same defense up every time they get inside the 25-yard line.
When Greg Hill has not gotten him, we've talked about him on 3 other occasions.
The other corner, they bring Denard Walker, depending on the formation, so they just can't account for him. And Damien Craig has to get rid of the ball quickly.
Holmes successful on his first one. This is going to be an attempt of 33 yards. It's blocked. Caught by Jared Holmes, and the LSU folks who have come up from Baton Rouge are celebrating mightily.
Well, the special teams of Auburn have just flat let them down in the first half. Penalties, and then a blocked field goal attempt. That ball just didn't have any rise to it. Low trajectory, blocked at the line of scrimmage. You're going to see the ball come off. I think it's Arnold Miller, who's 6'4", jumping up there. That ball just didn't get high enough.
Arnold Miller, boy, he really got up there. And in fact, he whacked it off that cast he's got on his right wrist. Savoy in motion, but it's fought. And he will have 3 yards. Mike Tirico, let's check back with you.
Quick reminder coming up on the GMAC halftime report. You'll see Texas, Virginia at this time next week. Great Texas game today. The highlights are ahead. Also, the Florida-Tennessee story from Knoxville, and there are some great finishes going on in the SEC, including the Georgia game. We'll have it for you at halftime.
All right, Michael.
Well, Georgia trying to win for the first time under Jim Donnan, and against a very good Texas Tech team.
Yeah, defensively, Texas Tech and offensively, with Hansbard. Good club. Under a minute until halftime. Falk says nothing doing to the left, and he's caught from behind by Ricky Neal. Kellen Winslow, what do you have for us?
Hunter, Mike, we're talking about the adjustment of getting into the shotgun against the blitz, but in my opinion, it's not a very good adjustment because of the amount of time it takes for the ball to travel from the center to the quarterback, or the quarterback get his hands on the ball to make the adjustment, and then to see what's coming and find a receiver. Staying up under the quarterback, I think, is a much better move to handle the blitz, especially the blitz coming from the outside.
Well, Kellen, I don't agree with you on that, and I'll tell you why. Because if quarterback's having trouble, he's still, you'd like to get him away. But first of all, you'd like to be able to block that somehow. keeping a tight end in or something. But I like the quarterback in this shotgun a little bit better. They have not handled that yet. You're right. He's got to handle the football and get rid of it. But by cadence, you've got to be able to slow that guy down.
You've got to slow him down, but also you got to catch the ball and see the blitz at the same time, which makes it even a harder adjustment. Staying up under the center, he knows where the ball's coming from. He can just catch it, see everything that's happening, and make the adjustment. Especially when it's coming from the outside, Mike. It just creates an angle that's better for the outside rusher to see.
41 seconds left until halftime. LSU 7 and Auburn 3. And the things that have transpired in this first half, what Mike was talking about with the special teams, is the Auburn defense had stopped LSU on an attempted field goal, which was missed. The first one from 35 yards. Auburn was offside. It still left a fourth and about 2 feet. They were offsides on a second attempt, which hit the left upright. So LSU got a new set of downs. They took it in on the touchdown with Tyler on the keeper, and that is the margin that they lead right now. They just had a field goal attempt blocked. Tyler stopped, maybe a gain of 1.
And Auburn has spent their timeouts, Ron, and not able to stop the clock.
Well, coming up at halftime, the GMAC halftime report. The top stories: Florida and Tennessee, Notre Dame against Texas, and Texas Tech and Georgia. That game tonight between the hedges.
LSU does not need to run a play.
And the LSU faithful are up and applauding here in Auburn, Alabama. As they head to the locker room, they own a hard-fought 4-point margin. That's the end of the first half with our score. LSU 7, Auburn 3. Right now, let's join Mike Tirico for the GMAC halftime report.
Well, Ron, mark it down now at 10 quarters since Auburn scored an offensive touchdown against LSU. Very tight game, good second half coming up. In between the GMAC halftime report, great day of college football, the first big Saturday of the season. All the scores, all the highlights, an update on the Georgia game, which came down to the final play of the game. And we'll go to Knoxville, where Chris, Lee, and Kirk were among the 107,000 who saw Tennessee and Florida. All coming up at the half. Tigers over the Tigers by 4.
What you think?
Oh no, ice.
What the Bravada thinks.
Decrease coefficient of friction, divert torque to adjust wheel velocities.
With its exclusive Smart Track system, the Bravada automatically reacts to changing road conditions. So with no buttons to push or levers to pull, you can let it do the thinking.
Oh no, marbles.
Australia's Great Barrier Reef. You don't need fins to swim under it. You don't need wings to fly over it. You don't need 4 legs to run through it. But you just might need to bring this. Because Reef Watch Air Tours, Wild Track Jeep Safaris, and Pro Sail Schooners will take you on the ride of your life. But they won't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Is that the right size battery for my car? It doesn't seem to fit.
Don't worry, we'll make it fit. We've been doing this a long time.
Not going in. Just keep hitting it.
I'm not comfortable with we'll make it fit.
Why not? If it fits, it fits.
It's perfect. Good job.
Pep Boys has the right battery at the right price. 26,000 items at the guaranteed low price, tires and service too. Pep Boys, everything but gas.
This halftime report is brought to you by GMAC.
It's a busy night in the top 25. Let's get you to the in-progress highlights. 10-7, Tulsa leading Iowa in the second quarter in Oklahoma. But here comes Cedric Shaw. Last week it was Tavian Banks. This week's it's Shaw. 50 yards to the 5. It sets up this. Matt Sherman for Tim Dwight, a 4-yard score. Iowa takes a 4-point lead into the locker room at halftime. Kansas State scored 2 touchdowns in the first 5 minutes. The lead on Rice is 14 in Houston. At the Dome on the Deuce, Syracuse scored on its opening drive, running mostly, then a pass to Jim Turner on third down. The Orange lead Minnesota by 7. And Washington State, very impressive, in Pullman over Oregon by 17 at the half. Well, welcome to our GMAC Halftime Report. This was Showdown Saturday on 2 big college fronts in Austin and in Knoxville, 2 major league games between top 10 teams. Florida, Tennessee, you remember what happened in the second half last year, the Florida domination. 365 days later, or thereabouts, just kind of a carryover. It was Florida domination in the first half. Danny Werfel to Riddell Anthony, 7-0 Gators. For Peyton Manning, disaster at every turn. He did not start very smoothly. Off the tip drill, Phil Brown, the Florida interception, puts them in business on the ensuing drive back up top. On play action, Werfel, Terry Jackson, 10 yards, 14-0 Gators. Now it's 28-0 and everything was going wrong. Jake Graham has it blocked from behind, right to Anthony Lott. 35-0 Florida. Florida didn't score again. Tennessee scored the next 29. Manning threw 65 passes, but note 4 interceptions in the first half, as many INTs as he threw all of last year. Florida wins by 6, and those 6 turnovers, a huge part of the difference. You see, it turned in to 3/5 of Florida's points. Much more in that game in a minute. The other big one down in Austin, Lou Holtz takes Notre Dame down to Texas, tied at 17, third quarter. Texas doing it on the ground in the third quarter. Ricky Williams touchdown run, Makovic's team up 24-17. But after an interception on 4th and goal from the 5, it's option, it's Autry Denson. It's a tie game at 24. Irish driving after a poor shank punt left them in excellent field position. Ron Paulus hits the big pass to Malcolm Johnson in position for Jim Sanson. Lou Holtz sends his kicker on out from 39 yards. Called this hit foul ball because he missed it straight at left and right in practice. Foul ball hit a home run, and Notre Dame beat Texas 27-24. In the second half, James Brown, the Texas quarterback, just 2 of 8. Notre Dame's defense in the second half won this game for an emotional head coach.
You have games like this, and this was just great for college football, regardless of who won. I'm talking about the excitement, the tickets, the enthusiasm, everybody talking about the electricity in the air. If a young parent brought their child to this game to see what college is all about, it's not for the select few. I just think that's what life's all about. So I hope that there'll be more games like this. I just hope I'm not coaching in them.
And it gets bigger for Notre Dame next week, if that's possible. For more on the 2 big games of the day, to the side of one of them, Knoxville. Let's check in with Chris Fowler, Lee Corso, and Kirk Herbstreit.
Mike, thank you. We'll talk more about that Irish Longhorn game in a second. Meanwhile, all the Tennessee fans that taunted you earlier today, Lee, they have gone home as the Gators go home with a very big victory. The Florida defense giving up a lot of yards, but perhaps the most hollow 492 yards passing in the history of the game. After the game, Steve Cyphers talked with one of the defensive heroes who was very verbal during the week, Tim Beauchamp, but he backed it up.
Was there a time in the second half you thought the game might be in doubt?
No, all we had to do was just go out and play hard, you know, shoot our offense was struggling. So all we had to do was just go out and play.
There were quotes that were attributed to you earlier in the week. You backed them up, I guess, huh?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
That's the darndest first quarter I've ever been through, I've ever seen. And kind of like fourth quarter last year.
Did this feel like the big game it was built up to be when you were on the field?
It did there at the beginning, but the 107,000, you know, I don't know. I thought maybe someone went home to watch the Jeff Foxworthy show or something.
I guess when you win the ball game and you've beaten a team 4 years in a row, you can give a little parting shot on the way out of town. Significance of this game.
Well, I think if you look at this is the first time Nebraska...
7-3, our score at halftime. LSU on top. And Mike, now it's been 2.5 ball games since the Auburn Tigers have scored a touchdown on LSU. One of the reasons, their defense.
Well, Carl Reese has called some blitzes in key situations, and Auburn just didn't pick them up.
Okay, in the second half, they're lined up and set to go, so let's get it on. And this man right here is saying just that. I want to get it on with my offense, and let's get something in the end zone. As Auburn has been held out for 2.5 ball games, and the LSU defense playing very sticky again here this evening. Falk, big opening, 20, 25, and to the 29-yard line.
Ron, here's what's happening. 3rd and 4 for Auburn in the shotgun with Damian Craig. Now, the right guard, Leonard Thomas, number 60, is going to pull out. You get 2 outside blitzers here. If he makes the block on the first man, the quarterback's responsible for number 2. Let's watch it. The guard comes out. Leonard Thomas, he trips. If he blocks him, you see Damian Craig's got the football. He makes the throw for the touchdown because, being in the shotgun, he's got a better view of what's happening there. Guard missed the block, forced out of the pocket, sacked, forced a field goal.
Missed block, and he had him open at the 40. The numbers on Tyler in that first half: 7 of 12 for 49 yards. It's both teams with 7 first downs in the first half. Gonna throw it. Got a man wide open and popped out of bounds as Foster. Boy, he got hit by Brad Ware, the true freshman. Now look at those numbers, Mike. Very even, 111, 115. But look at 3rd down conversions. Auburn, still none.
Goes back to what I said again, Ron. They're not handling the blitzes. They're not handling secondary blitzes coming out of the secondary. Thus, you have an 0 for 5. The penalties are big. Even though you see only 3 for 17 yards, those 2 for 5 yards on the special teams were big.
Well, actually, the block kick against LSU and the 2 offsides miscues for the special teams led to all 10 points that were scored in the first half. Big opening up the middle. Fought, fumbles the football, and Auburn has recovered at the 35. Brad Ware. Boy, put a mark by that one. LSU driving the football.
Kevin Falk, it just pops out, and then Brad Ware, the freshman who was homesick, he left during two-a-days. He came back, missed all of two-a-days. Came back, and now he's starting tonight against LSU. Recovers the fumble.
Shannon Suttle is the man who made that hit, number 99.
Auburn had some success with Beasley handling the football in the toss sweep.
Craig to throw on first down. In and out of the hands of Baker. Well, Baker was there. Donaldson was covering. He just dropped it.
The LSU defense has played very well. First half, they made the plays they had to make to keep Auburn out of the end zone. They're letting them, making them work the field, and they figure that Auburn's going to make a mistake.
Another little speedster we talk about, Markeith Cooper, number 17, the freshman out of Miami, comes into the lineup. Now, they like to flare him and get the ball to him on a quick pass. See if they do it again. Craig hit from behind and pushed forward for a couple of more yards at the 42. It was Theo Williams.
Ron, Damian Craig's out of Mobile, Blount High School, won 2 state championships as a quarterback. Here he shows you his running ability. When you rush a quarterback that can run, you have to stay under control. Terry Bowden's first quarterback recruit at Auburn.
Third down, they're going to throw it. Swings it out to Cooper. Markeith gets by one tackler, and then plenty of time for a lot of help. Stansbury just wouldn't let go of him, and Rogers came up to help finish him off.
Well, when you get a little back on the outside like that, you better be ready to make the tackle. And Alan Stansbury did just that, made a great open field tackle. Had 18 tackles versus Michigan State in the Independence Bowl, and he started for 3 years for this LSU defense. He made a big play on Cooper.
Holmes to punt, as Auburn is now 0 of 6 on third down conversions this evening. Falk will have an opportunity to return it. Whoa, You could hear that hit all the way up here. At the 21, it's a 39-yard kick and nothing on the return. So there's a timeout. 7-3, LSU on top, and this defense playing very, very well.
State Farm presents Rules of the Game.
We're talking about roughing the quarterback. In this play, the quarterback is hit clearly after he has released the ball. What is the penalty?
One fall, we took out our son's favorite sweater, and it didn't fit anymore. I think life insurance is like that. You don't realize how much your life has changed until you take out your policies and sit down with your agent. That's why we have the State Farm Family Insurance Checkup. I can help you see if your coverages are up to date, or if you've outgrown them. Then you make the decision. A policy has to fit, just like a sweater.
And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We're talking about roughing the quarterback. In this play, the quarterback is hit clearly after he had passed the ball. The penalty is 15 yards following the result of the play.
Rules of the Game has been brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Over the past 13 years, no other import manufacturer has sold as many sport utility vehicles as American Isuzu Motors. But hey, why stop at 13? Right now you can lease a 96 Rodeo for some of the lowest prices of the year during the Isuzu Big Deal Clearance Event. The rugged, dependable, go-anywhere Isuzus.
ESPN's coverage of Saturday primetime is brought to you by Isuzu, equipment for real life. Well, in 1988, LSU and Auburn hooked up in a classic down at Baton Rouge. When LSU's Tommy Hodson found Eddie Fuller in the end zone to upset number 4 Auburn, the resulting eruption registers as an earthquake on the seismograph on campus. LSU won what is now known as the earthquake game. 7-6 was the final. Tonight's going to be the fire game, Mike. All of these games have a moniker from now on, right?
This has been a defensive game tonight. Old-fashioned defense.
Auburn faked the blitz, and then they came with it. Pass to Savoie, complete, just shy of the first down. And let's check in again with Mike Tirico. Mike?
Around so many top 25 teams in action tonight, including Iowa at Tulsa and in some trouble. Tulsa up top, John Fitzgerald, 51-yard passing catch with Damon Savage. It will set up a Reggie Williams touchdown run. Right now, Tulsa leads Iowa by 3 in the third. And in the Pac-10, Washington State pouring it on, leading Oregon by 24.
You know, Mike, when you look around, the Western Athletic Conference has made a lot of noise during the first part of this 96 season. Going to be knocked down for no gain. It'll be third down. And Mike Oxford, until that play, he had 83 rushing, 4 receiving for 87. At 60% of LSU's offense.
Well, he's the key because he takes pressure off of Herb Tyler, who has played very, very well again tonight. Jimmy Brumbaugh with a good tackle.
Mealy, number 7 in the ball game, the redshirt freshman. Third down. And the Auburn Tigers looking for a little emotional lift here. Houston coming on the blitz. Pass intercepted by Neal. Tackled by Mealy.
Is going to drop back, and he's going to read the eyes of Herb Tyler, number 14. Watch him shadow Herb Tyler, just reading the eyes, picking off the interception. He's sitting right in his throw zone. Big interception. Now Auburn has to do something with the football.
Yeah, this is 2 turnovers in a row. The Auburn Tigers got to do something with it. Running play doesn't go for much as Greg Hill who's been really a standout.
For the Auburn defense, last season 7 interceptions, this season 11 already. Now, that's because they played Alabama Birmingham in the first game, Fresno, and they got them away from the run and forced them to throw the football. Ole Miss also got behind. Bill Oliver's defense looking for the turnovers.
Beasley open, now goes to him again and almost got it picked off. And there is a flag deep down the middle of the field.
You figure it's got to be holding where that's coming from on the defense.
You are exactly right.
You know what happens, Ron, when a quarterback starts to scramble, a wide receiver starts to move away from a defensive back, and some of them like to grab a little cloth.
By the defense, on a pass play, automatic first down.
Ron, now let's keep our eye on Greg Hill, number 25. See if they bring him off the corner. They've had success bringing him off. Let's see if he comes.
Right at the bottom of your screen, and there he comes. They run away from him. This is Beasley. Stiff arm, and that's McFarland who just pushes him on out of bounds.
Well, when you do something successfully and they can't move the ball against it, just keep giving it to them. Carl Reese, the defensive coordinator, just continues to bring pressure from the corner and strong safety.
It looks like he gimped up a leg here. You know, he limped off in the first half, and they were looking at his ankle or in the vicinity at the time. 7-3, LSU leads, 11 minutes to play, third quarter. Second down and 11, Auburn. Here he comes again. And he got by him this time, and the pass is lobbed complete to Hines Tucker. Roman has to put the stop on him. And there is another flag down in the middle of the field.
Here's Greg Hill again, lined up. He's going to come, but the athletic ability of Damon Craig, he's able to get outside of him. Now that tackle's got to be made by Greg Hill. He's done well so far tonight, but he missed the tackle. Again, good defensive call by Carl Reese.
Kincaid Pennington, number 40, comes in, a redshirt freshman out of Troy, Alabama.
One thing you'd like to do when you have that run against you is like max protection. Keep your backs in, let a back pick him up, and then work your wide receivers versus man coverage. I would doubt that he comes here. Bringing him again. And back pick him up.
Craig stops, gets his pass away. Wide open over the middle is Pennington, who we were just talking about. And they stop him at the 13. Mark Roman again.
That's a good move by Terry Bowden, keeping a back in to try to block him. Here he comes again, number 25, Greg Hill. Now they pick him up with a back. Damian Craig forced up into the pocket, starting to scramble, now finds the receiver. Kincaid Pennington for a big gain. Good adjustment by Auburn to pick Greg Hill up with a back.
Well, can they convert on third down? They haven't yet this season. Batted down at the line of scrimmage as Anthony McFarland, number 94, who they just got back this week. And as the coach has said, he's a difference maker. He's had a foot injury.
Well, Ron, last year he was the SEC freshman co-defensive player of the year. And I know Gil Brandt, Dallas Cowboys former personnel man, he watched him play last year. He said he was the best defensive lineman, one of the best he's seen all year. And he was been out with a broken bone in his foot, but they're glad to have him back tonight.
Holmes to attempt this field goal from the 19-yard line. No good. Wide left. 7-3. LSU continues to lead. We'll take a break.
Do I like to shop? Oh, yes. How you doing? Franks and beans? Aisle 5. Beans and franks? Aisle 7.
Hi. Hi.
Fat free. Nothing but carb. Check this out.
You are 1 million shopper.
Even at the supermarket, you can do more with the American Express card. I love this card.
Over the past 13 years, no other import manufacturer has sold as many sport utility vehicles as American Isuzu Motors. But hey, why stop at 13? Right now you can lease a 96 Rodeo for some of the lowest prices of the year during the Isuzu Big Deal Clearance Event. The rugged, dependable, go-anywhere Isuzus.
James Brown and the Longhorns are rolling into Virginia to face Tiki Barber and the Cavaliers. Texas, Virginia, next Saturday at 7:30, only on ESPN.
7-3. LSU continues to hold on to a 4-point margin. Mike, a couple of things I think are really important in this football game. When you look at this here, takeaways and the points, 17.3 tonight. 2 turnovers that the defense has gotten for the offense, and the offense has kind of laid an egg because they still have not. They not only have not scored a touchdown in 2.5 games, they have not converted a third down situation.
No, they have been no continuity in their offense tonight.
Tyler with the play action. That's LaFleur, the tight end. And he's close, about a half-yard shy of the first down. Martavius Houston makes the tackle on him. Now look how he towers over everybody on the field.
Just working outside. Good release by David LaFleur, and a good play call. Morris Watts, the offensive coordinator, LSU, has a good rhythm tonight in his game plan. Throwing on first down, play action, safe throws, using Kevin Falk in the backfield a bunch, running the football. Just a nice design to the offense tonight.
He really takes a shot from Ryan Taylor. In fact, I don't think he got back to the line of scrimmage. It was second down and short.
Kevin Falk, first order of business for Jerry DiNardo when he got there was to get in his house and get him signed. You see David LaFleur going back to the huddle, but the signing was carried throughout the state. It was so important that they get Kevin Falk. Curly Hallman, who was the head coach at the time, had pretty well cemented Kevin Falk, and then the coaching change. Jerry DiNardo finished it off and brought him to LSU, and was a good signing.
Auburn crowd asking their defense to do it one more time. Clock runs, 9 minutes and 21, now 9:20 left in the third quarter. LSU by 4. Quarterback sneak, and it is close, but I don't know. That's Taylor who got him up top. So it is a first down. Fakes at the far. He's got a man wide open. Somebody has blown a coverage. Knocked away. Beard was open, and Brad Ware came all the way across the field and saved a sure touchdown.
Well, he was lost, Ron. He was spinning like a top, Brad Ware, the freshman, because, again, a good play fake, a good call again. Herb Tyler now, you figure first down, maybe the run to Kevin Falk, and all of a sudden he pulls it up, got a one-man route. Chris Beard on a post. He's the only receiver out. You see Brad Ware spinning around, gets out there, got his hand out, deflected the ball away from Chris Beard.
Well, actually, I said somebody blew a coverage. I guess maybe they didn't, but boy, he looked like the first guy out to practice.
Well, it was a one-man route all the way. It was a good design play, good fake, and a one-man route to try to hit the home run.
And Tyler wants a timeout. LSU calls its first timeout. Show will take it with him. LSU continues to lead by 4. We'll be right back.
Hunting season is here, and Easy Living Yamaha in Rome makes it easy to own a new Yamaha four-wheeler. Buy any new Kodiak or Big Bear and get a Warren winch for only $69.95. Zero down financing available. That's Easy Living Yamaha. Highway 27 North, Rome.
Hi, folks. This is Bob Williams. I'm here today to talk about new cars. We've got a great selection of these right now, all the way from the Dodge Neon, all the way up to the Chrysler LHS. We've got rebates on all of these new cars right now, starting out at $1,000 on the Neon, going all the way up to $3,000 on the LHS. We've got a good selection of these. It's time to move them out. It's year end. So come on out and test drive it. Bob Williams Dodge, 2500 New Calhoun Road, Rome, Georgia.
LSU leads as Terry Bowden paces. Don't forget, coming up later in the game, we'll be selecting the Visa players of the game. Damian Craig looking for an answer. Right now, it is a 2nd down and 10 as this Auburn defense tries to get the football back for the offense. Hit in the backfield, going to be knocked down for a loss by Mostello. Mike Tirico, let's check back with you.
Ron, this McDonald's breakaway takes us to West Lafayette, West Virginia, and Purdue. A 3-0 game until another one of those good young backs. Almost Saraway doesn't have 100 yards, but he has this big run helping West Virginia to a 10-0 lead over Purdue.
Well, famous Amos continues to become more famous with every Saturday. Loss of 3, 3rd down, line to make is the 40. Whistle, and the right tackle started to bob. Bordelon looked as though he bobbed just a little bit. Yep, that's what they're going to call.
Foul was a dead ball. False start by the offense. 5 yards, previous spot, 3rd down.
Spikes stops him well short of the 1st down, and LSU will have to punt it away.
Ron, a quarterback draw all the way. Takeo Spikes, number 55, is going to read this draw on the snap of the ball. He's going to come up, and try to meet Herb Tyler in that hole. Not allow him to get to that first down. Shaquille thought about transferring after Wayne Hall, the popular defensive coordinator, was let go, but his mother talked him into staying here, and he's been happy ever since.
Here's a look at Kessler from behind. Baker, the deep man. Coming after him again, and he gets this one away. Punt's not going to turn over, but it now takes a big Auburn bounce back to the 49-yard line. Well, ESPN's coverage of Major League Soccer continues Tuesday with a conference semifinal. Regular season ends this Sunday, and it's a close race as there are 9 teams within 4 games of each other. ESPN will bring you a conference semifinal game on Tuesday at 7:30 Eastern Time. Well, we got some scouting help here in the booth. His father is looking over son's shoulder here. Bobby Bowden has joined us in the booth as you see Eric Hines Tucker with the carry-off tackle.
I couldn't help much tonight, Ron. This is defense. They want offense. I can't help them.
How hard is this on Dad to have to stand up and watch this? I'm sure you come up with ideas about play calling and everything, but you're a long way away.
There's no doubt about it. When you sit up here, you can see it just like a checkerboard. When you're down on that sideline, man, it is a guessing game going on. And it's too bad. I wish I could stay up here and be down there, too.
Daryl Moodley tried that.
That's why I stay down there.
So did Lou Holtz last year with the back injury.
Oh, that's true. Exactly.
McCovery as they throw to the tight end for the first time tonight, and they come up with a very big first down.
Bobby, you play your 11 games, and then you get the 12th game and a bowl game, but you play 11 more here, right? I mean, you're always constantly trying to follow what's going on. And
no doubt about it. Ann and I, as soon as our ball game's over, we want to know what Auburn did.
You have a lot of conversations during the week?
Yeah, all the time. Of course, I spent about an hour and a half with Terry last night before the game, just listening. You know, there's nothing I can tell them. But we talk at least once or twice a week. Tommy, my son Tommy, or call me, or either Jeffrey will call one of them, or Terry, or one of us.
Bobby, you know, I was going to ask you, he mentioned to me on Thursday, he said, come by and say hi to Dad when he gets here. I said, okay, where are you guys going to be? And he said, up here looking at video. I said, you get him here to visit, and you guys go right back to work. You just talk about offense?
That's about it. After we took all the family out to supper last night, then went over to Terry's house, and Tommy and I and Terry talked football and game plan. But again, most of the thing I did was listen.
I don't want to ruin your evening, but did you watch North Carolina today?
You know, I just saw part of it. I saw too much of it.
I mean, pretty.
I don't see any points on that board, do you?
How about Florida?
Oh, I know it. That's something. That was something.
How worked up do you get? You get a little nervous stomach watching?
Not as much. No, I don't get as worked up. If it's not my ball club, I just don't get as much worked up. My wife does all that more.
It's kind of like grandbabies. Spoil them and get out of town. Eric Hines.
Great run.
Yep, he's going to take it inside the 35. Greg Hill will grab him. That was Rayon Hill, who was injured and got up and went off the field under his own power. You've got some toughies coming up. I mean, first of all, we had North Carolina against Syracuse, and then watching them today, and they pitched a shutout. But the young quarterback's doing well for them.
I believe they're for real. Their defense looks like they can keep them in any ball game, you know. So we're going to have a hands full next week with him.
7-3 if you just joined us. LSU leads. We're about to go into 5 minutes in the third quarter. Eric Hines Tucker. Ball is loose. LSU has recovered.
That kind of game.
And there is a flag down at the 27. Pat Rogers fell on the football.
It's going to be a holding call against Auburn, Bobby. And as you've seen this ball game develop tonight, kicking game problems. You know, offside those 2 times that allowed the offense to continue going, and then haven't been able to take advantage offensively.
This is one of those nights when you're coaching that drives you crazy. Everything you do, it seems like it's null by something. You know, you make a good run right there, fumble. You make a good run, fumble, but there's a penalty. Yeah, but it's on you. You know, you kick, they block. It's very frustrating. Without those 2 penalties early in the game, you got a 3-3 football game. If you like defensive football, this is a super football game.
Bobby,
but who likes defensive football game?
you haven't had too many of these situations, but, I mean, for Terry and for this Auburn football team, it's got to be getting frustrating. We're about to go into 11 quarters that they haven't scored a touchdown on this LSU defense.
That's amazing. You know, it seems like some teams have your number. You could look at us in Miami. We have a tough time with Miami every year. And it seems like LSU's got their number defensively, done it.
You and Mike Gottfried were talking just before you came on here during the break about what defenses are doing to you and how they're stacking at the line of scrimmage and everything. He brought up a point last night. You almost got to have some kind of option concept in your offense to keep the safeties honest.
Yeah, you probably got a heck of a point there, Mike. That's probably true. The defense is on a new cycle right now. Offense has been ahead of them for 10 years, running up and down the field. Now defenses are coming up and looking you right in the eye. Notice all the dead gun corners are sitting up on the receiver's face. And if you don't know how to get away from them, man, you can get nothing doing it. And so now then, maybe that will bring the option back a little bit, Mike. And sounds like a heck of an idea, really.
Well, you know how everything always comes back in football. Wishbone, maybe veer, some of those things maybe we'll see again.
Yeah.
Well, LSU's Greg Hill taken off the field. We'll try to get a report on him. The spot gets the handoff. That is a nice open field tackle by the emotional leader, Spikes.
This game looks like, Bobby, it's going to come down to one series or one play because both defenses kind of got the edge right now. The offenses are just kind of holding on to the football right now.
Well, you know the way this thing looks right now? Auburn's going to get about 2 more chances to cash in on something. If they don't, forget it. And LSU's going to probably get another chance to cash in on something. But I don't see much out there the way these 2 teams are playing defense right now.
Second and long. Going to go on top. Nicely played with the defensive back, and he took it away from him. Chris Beard went up over the top of it.
We were just talking about hanging one up on the outside. Herb Tyler just put some air under that one, and Chris Beard adjusted to the ball, and Antoine Nolan didn't. And you've had some receivers over the years have made those kind of catches every Saturday.
Nolan thought the ball was going to be over his head and into his arms, and the kid made a great jump and got it. He who gets the highest gets it, doesn't he?
Here's Herb Tyler pumping under pressure. Was able to get rid of that football.
Oh, look at that takeaway. Mark Smith was the one who was putting pressure on Tyler. Got to reverse it out. Gets his pass. That's LaFleur, the tight end. It is 1st and 10 LSU at the 24-yard line. We'll let you go. I know you got family here, and people have been trying to take you away from Ann the whole time that you have been here.
Well, she's been beating me to death, baby. I better go back down to see if anybody's alive.
Hey, thank you so much.
Hey, it's good to see all of you, man.
Good seeing you.
Ron, good
luck next week in a very big ball game against North Carolina.
Yeah, I hope we can put it together, boy.
But we'll see you later.
See y'all later. Okay.
Bobby Bowden in town since they played on ESPN on Thursday evening. Had the night off here watching his son's team. LaFleur again. And the tight end will hurdle inside the 10. The ball came loose. But there has been no signal of change of possession. It is 1st and goal, LSU.
And I can't say enough about Morris Watts, the offensive coordinator's design tonight, because the misdirection, getting the ball to David LaFleur. He's slowing down that quick defense. Now all of a sudden David LaFleur sneaks out in the flat. Herb Tyler right on the money to the big tight end, and Jason Bray with a tackle, but LSU is on the move. And Auburn now, he's got to think holding them to a field goal.
Well, Tyler really keeping his poise. Foster in motion. Hit in the backfield, and that's Ricky Neal, who already has an interception in the ball game. And how big is that play? Like the way their defense is playing, you got to hold them to at least a field goal. You certainly can't let them get a touch.
I don't think there's any doubt, Ron. The way the offense for Auburn has been stumbling around and not able to take advantage of anything on LSU. LSU's just played a great defensive football game. Terry Bowden knows that he can't afford a touchdown right here.
And on the other side of the field, Jerry DiNardo knows there's nothing certain as far as his field goal.
No, that's right. And he's thinking touchdown right now.
Into the boundary. Tyler behind those blockers. The Keel spikes will finally bump him out of bounds, and it's around the 7.
Herb Tyler heading down that line of scrimmage. David LaFleur. Now he's the outside point man blocking on the option. LaFleur on the backside on this play. Just working the cutoff.
3rd down. Ricky Neal. Talk about a guy playing possessed. Boy, he's had some huge plays in this ballgame.
Ron, 2 out of 3 plays, Ricky Neal made the tackle. Jerry DiNardo trying to outguess Auburn, figuring that they're going to throw. All of a sudden tries to sneak Kevin Falk inside on a counter play, but Ricky Neal was up to the task, made the stop, forcing the field goal attempt.
Richie, this attempt will come from 23 yards away. And he got it. So with 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, our new score, LSU now up by a touchdown, 10-3.
But Ron, I'll tell you, Jerry DiNardo's happy about that because that puts him a touchdown and an extra point away. But I'll tell you, Terry Bowden's breathing easier here on this sideline because with a touchdown to point, he ties it. So he's only 1 score away from getting back in this ball game, even though he has not been able to convert on 3rd down. I mean, he's had problems on 3rd down all evening.
You're not hinting you think we might go to overtime, are you?
Well, I think that's a distinct possibility. We have to raise that, but they have to find a way to get in the end zone against this tough LSU defense.
Which they have not done. We're about to go to 11 quarters that the Auburn Tigers haven't scored a touch against LSU.
Their biggest play may be this kickoff return. They need something to generate some type of field position or some type of big play, and no one's better than the touchdown maker, Robert Baker.
And you know, Eric Hines Tucker showed some good explosion on that last drive. He's got some wiggle in his run as well.
They need a big return right here.
There's Baker, number 21, and 30. Eric Hines Tucker is just over to his left. LSU. Kicked it away from him, out of bounds. Well, they didn't want to happen just what you were talking about. They wanted to make sure they didn't get a long return.
That takes care of Robert Baker.
So they get really good field position. Mike Tirico, let's check back with you.
Well, Ron, it's over in Columbia, and East Carolina gets it done. In the slosh and the slop, Marcus Crandall a couple of yards to Buck Collins. East Carolina beats South Carolina, both teams now 2-1. In the SEC now at the half in Music City, it's Ole Miss. Tommy Tuberville, a contract extension this week. They lead Vandy by 7.
You know, talking with a couple of coaches in the SEC, they really, in fact, Terry Bowden and his staff complimented Tuberville and the staff at Ole Miss on the job that they have done over there under duress with the probation situation.
Well, in that 10-year contract, you call plays differently. He's calling tonight a little more confidently.
2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Terry Bowden trying to find the key to unlock this offense and get it going. Craig, 40, 45, will have the first down. It's about a 13-yard gain. But college football on ABC Sports next Saturday begins at 3:30 Eastern with regional coverage. UCLA at number 8, Michigan. Number 11, North Carolina gets number 3, Florida State. Or how about number 5, Penn State against the Badgers of Wisconsin. And number 12, Colorado travels to College Station to take on the Texas Aggies.
Ron, you know who's been a key player for this LSU defense? Anthony McFarland. He just exploded up that field on that last. They're having trouble handling him on defense.
Colt may have been shaken up a little bit after that tackle. Draw play, nothing. They're going to lose a couple of yards. And Greg Hill. Well, how many times have we called his name tonight as well?
Brought him again, Ron. Strong safety all evening. He's been in on big plays for this LSU defense.
They're sending John Cooley out on the field, and our suspicion was correct. Craig was shaken up. John is a senior out of Sarasota. And Terry explaining to him, I had to get you out of the game for a second. Let us check you over, and when you're ready to go, we'll get you back out there. Difficult situation for Cooley to come off of this cold. Brings the pass to Williams, and he'll take it across midfield. Alan Stansberry made the tackle. Here's the hit that he took a moment ago. That's Rogers, 82.
Nice safe play for John Cooley as a replacement, just to throw the little flare pass to Rusty Williams. He did his job.
Right back to the bench, and he has to do...
he's got to get the signals now.
Get the signals in. You know, he may be fortunate we're on a really wet field. That leg tried to tuck up underneath him, Mike, and it didn't grab because of the wet turf. Screen, good heavens, he got student body in front of him. There's Markeith Cooper. The end of the third quarter, and we got a ball game. 10-3 LSU. Auburn threatening.
Over the past 13 years, no other import manufacturer has sold as many sport utility vehicles as American Isuzu Motors. But hey, why stop at 13? Right now you can lease a 96 Rodeo for some of the lowest prices of the year during the Isuzu Big Deal Clearance Event. The rugged, dependable, go-anywhere Isuzus.
This is it, where brand new Miller beer begins. Where the hops grow that give new Miller beer its flavor. Because new Miller beer is brewed a totally new way. Straight from the heart of the hops, for flavor unlike any other beer. Big flavor that goes down easy. We think so much of this new beer, we're just calling it who we are. Miller. Brand new Miller beer. Reach for what's out there.
Detective Jack Cole has always worked alone until now.
This guy's weird.
I can't fight. This is not the time I want to hear that. For a minute there, I forgot you told me you can't fight. It's against my religion. I'm a Buddhist. Once in a while you should cry because, like, it cleanses us. So if I need a cleansing, I have a bran muffin.
Steven Seagal, King Ivory Wayans.
He's a little country. I'm a little rock and roll.
The Glimmer Man, rated R. Starts Friday, October 4th at a theater near you.
Here come the discount long-distance sales reps again. They'd like some more of your precious time. Because if you've got a minute, they've got an offer. A big international savings over AT&T. Just one catch. That offer of big savings may show up at your door, but it won't show up on your bill. Has a discount long-distance rep offered you big international savings? Call us for the facts.
If you're looking for America's most trusted name in batteries, it should be comforting to know that Die Hard can now be found in over 1,200 additional locations. Western Auto and Parts America. Serious parts, serious savings.
Drive your car with confidence this summer and save $10 on the best Die Hard you can buy. That's right. Now you can get America's most trusted name in batteries, the Die Hard Gold, for just $69.99. Western Auto and Parts America. Serious parts, serious savings.
Well, on the biggest play of the night, 33 yards for the Auburn Tigers. That is their first third down conversion. And, Mike, it couldn't have come at a better time.
No, they had a great play called against the strong safety blitz.
Number 16 got stepped on, pitched the ball back to Hines Tucker, and he is going to be thrown for a loss. So the timing on that play was just totally destroyed.
Ron, we talked about it all night. The strong safety coming. Greg Hill, you're going to see him lined up again right here, and he's going to come. But what happens here now is you got the screen pass to Cooper. A real good call on this play. Now, Damian Craig just drifts. Now he gets the screen out. You invite all that pressure up. And I think you're right, Ron. If Cooper would have cut to the left a little earlier, he had a little more field to work with.
They've timed him between 4-2 and 4-3. I mean, he's fast. They got to find ways to get him to football. Second and 11. Eric Hines Tucker. This is a nice job defensively. Kenny Mixon this time from that defensive end position, and it's going to be 3rd and 11, Auburn.
And you know you're going to get Greg Hill on a blitz here. You've got to call your play according to that strong safety fire.
And here comes Markeith Cooper back into the ballgame, number 17. He can kind of hide. You have to be careful. He's smaller than Warwick Dunn. He's 5'7", 150.
Nicknamed the Lizard because they say he's just quicker than heck finding the hole.
The Lizard. Tigers show blitz in the middle. Here they come. Pass to the end zone in the fade route, and he didn't get it. Robert Baker is the man that they wanted. Cedric Donaldson with the cover.
They had everything they wanted on this play. They just ran out of real estate. The blitz is going to come. Here comes Greg Hill again in the shotgun. Damian Craig gets a good look. He's got Robert Baker. Did he make that catch? Wow, that's close. We were here last year when there was a catch just like that was close in the Alabama game. That is close.
35-yard attempt coming from the near hash mark. Jared Holmes, and he has hooked it left. He was 6 of 7 coming into the ball game tonight, and he's hooked a couple left tonight, Mike, that would have this actually a 10-9 ball game.
Yeah, he really, I think, Ron, going back to that touchdown pass, I'm not sure Robert Baker wasn't in on that touchdown pass. Now, obviously it was called by an official who has a better view than we have, but I think the next 4th down, I think you'll look for Auburn to go for it. But let's take another look. Damian Craig throwing to Robert Baker. See what you think, Ron. You've got 20-20. Robert Baker jumping up. Did his foot come inbound? Boy, it looks like it to me.
Meanwhile, pass incomplete. LSU wants a flag, obviously, but there will not be one as Foster was being protected by Houston.
You know how you get, in every game, you get so many plays you got to execute against blitzes, and that was one that Damian Craig did execute. Robert Baker did also. They blocked everything. They saw the strong safety coming. They had time to get rid of it. They just didn't get the points.
Well, Mike, unless he was bobbling the football, I'm with you. And that's a bang-bang play and very close, but it sure did look like he scored the touchdown.
Well, it's yesterday's newspaper right now, and Terry Bob needs his defense to stop so they can get the ball back again. And LSU wants to keep those sticks and time moving.
Foster in motion. Fought. The knee has just been denied anything in the second half as Martavius Houston puts the hit on him.
And you get playing a little more cautious now, and all of a sudden the safeties are up for Auburn also. Martavius Houston real close to the line of scrimmage, making that tackle on Kevin Falk.
Third down. If they want to keep the football, they need to take it out to the 30.
Some kind of misdirection play with Herb Tyler.
And the crowd caused such a commotion. Tyler calls a timeout. We'll take it with him. 12:27 left in our game. LSU continues to lead by a touchdown.
There's a place in the Big Apple where New Yorkers rush to be on the cutting edge. It's Jean-Louis David. A touch of Paris right in the middle of Manhattan. So if you're looking for a new you, drop in anytime at any of their locations. You don't need an appointment, just your Visa card. Because when it comes to your hair on Jean-Louis David, American Express just won't cut it. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
All right, gentlemen. Tomorrow, your butts are mine. Lights up.
Man, I'm hungry. Russell Athletic Wear is made to handle the toughest situations on and off the field.
Hot dog. French fries. Hamburger. Tacos grande. Pizza.
Coach, going somewhere, ladies.
Hard work. Dedication. Commitment.
Get Russell Athletics. Get tough.
Get up there, Lord, bud. Go, go.
Honda invented the ATV, and in over 25 years, no one has taken the idea farther. Now, with the purchase of a 4Trax 300 or 300 4x4, get a Magellan GPS satellite navigator. So no matter where on Earth you go, we can help bring you back. And with any new Honda 4Trax, get one of the best deals on Earth. No down payment and 13.5% APR financing.
ESPN's coverage of Saturday primetime is brought to you by Honda ATVS. Get a GPS satellite navigator with the purchase of select 4Trax models. We're back live, and this crowd trying to aid their defense. It's third down and 12. The Tigers from Baton Rouge up by a touchdown. He's still on his feet. Almost gets the first down, and they're going to say Mikey's going to miss this by a half yard as Ricky Neal finally made the stop on it. He was down 3 different times.
That's what Bill Oliver said. He's like a running back under center. Such quick feet. Real close to that first down, but he doesn't have it.
Jerry DiNardo standing right there.
He's going to want a measurement probably. Nope, they're going to punt the football. But he's asking for the measurement, and that's what you can do when it's close like that.
You know, Auburn has gotten one of these tonight. You come after it here, or do you try to set up return?
I think you go after it, but you stay on sides first. But I do think you go after this punt.
Chad Kessler knows that they're 11:50.
The referee has told Jerry DiNardo it's close, but he doesn't have it. No sense in measuring.
No, and it is obvious because it has to be the 30-yard line. So they miss it by about 12 inches. This is his best kick of the night. Wobbly spiral. Baker makes the hit, and here's a flag. He didn't give him enough room. That was Beard, and Beard may be lucky he doesn't get a celebration penalty on top of that, Mike. 43 yards in the kick. No, he didn't give him enough space.
Jerry DiNardo's out in the field. He wants an explanation. Oh.
Well, this year the penalty or the rule has come in that you have to count 1,001 before you hit the center before they snap. That's for safety. And another reason for the 2-yard protection zone is for safety as well. And there's a good example of why. You could break somebody's neck on a play like that. So that's the reason they were flagged.
I think he gave the wrong signal. He gave it against Auburn.
The foul was a 5-yard halo violation by the kicking team. First down.
Yeah, there we go. So Auburn with a no huddle right back on the field, and John Cooley operates at quarterback, replacing Craig. Yeah, had his man open, but he threw it too high. Hicks pours the man he was attempting the pass to.
Trying to find Damian Craig on the sideline. I don't know if maybe he was still hurt from that hit he took, Ron, a little while ago. And that's the reason I believe John Cooley's in the ballgame.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that's who that group is crowded around down there that we just had a shot at. Going to go long. Baker. Oh, he had it and dropped it. Baker went stretched out parallel to the ground as Denard Walker was trying to cover, had it, and as he hit the ground, it popped out.
John Cooley's a senior. Thrown 2 nice balls, just ran out of room again. Robert Baker stretches out here and just can't bring this football in. He hit the ground, it came loose.
3rd down. Line to make, the 41. Here comes that safety blitz again. Pass into the middle. Got it complete. Good for the first down as Ty Goodson makes the reception.
Ron, they blocked it. They kept the back end to block it. We talked about it earlier. John Cooley gets help because they brought Greg Hill again.
It's 15 yards on the play. Terry Bowden commented on Goodson the other day, the junior out of Brooksville, Florida. He said he's really come on and is playing better and better. Gonna be caught. That's Mixon. Third time that Auburn quarterbacks have been sacked tonight. Gotta say it's a loss of 6.
John Cooley transferred from Sanford when Terry Bowden became the coach here. He was a quarterback over there. He's a 5th-year senior. He knows, he's been around this offense. He knows what the coaches want done.
About to go into 10 minutes left in this ball game. Gets it complete. Hicks poor just across midfield, and Roman came over and hit him.
What you want your second-team quarterback to do, Ron, go in and get something ignited and get your offense believing in you, and all of a sudden he's got a little bit of a hot hand right here.
You know, Mike, the other thing about using that quarterback, the guy who signals in the plays and everything, he's in the ballgame. His head's right there.
You're right, man. He's thinking all the time, and he's thinking with the play calls of the coach.
From the outside, here they come again. Pass is caught. That's Baker. That'll be good for the Auburn first down at the 41. And it was Denard Walker that they had brought off the corner this time.
Short side of the field, you can bring the corner. Victor Riley, number 68, was a guard. He came out to pick up Denard Walker. Here's the corner coming right out from the side. Denard Walker, and you're going to see Victor Riley come out and bump him just a little bit. Saved the pass and able to get it to Robert Baker. So Victor Riley really helped that play with a little bump from Denard Walker.
John Cooley from Sarasota, Florida, 6'2", 228. Got it complete. Sliding catch by Poor again.
Nice drive by John Cooley.
And on this one, they're kind of picking a little bit.
Picking. They're doing a better job of picking up the strong safety in the corner fire zone. Let's see if they bring Greg Hill again, number 25.
How many blitzes have
they have just fired him from the secondary all night. They're not going to do it. They're going to protect here. They're going to play deep pass defense.
Caught it. Bailey. Inside the 30. That's another Auburn first down.
You know the difference, Ron, is John Cooley sitting in the pocket right now, taking the shotgun snap. He's got a good view of the football field right now. He's not flustering. He's not moving around. He's looking for the open receiver. And he's getting some help, though. The backs are blocking. The guards are trying to come out and help him with the blitzes from the outside.
He's at 5 in a row. Got a man at the 5. Touchdown, Auburn. Ty Goodson. It's blocked. Well, I'll tell you, anything that can go wrong on special teams has tonight, and we are not tied. LSU leads by 1 point. Let's catch our breath. Timeout on the field. 10-9 LSU.
That was some kick.
Absolutely.
Good kick, man.
My man Chuck with the twisted ankle hit the 25-yarder.
We've been talking about this for years. Did we ever tell you ladies about the kick? It was pouring rain.
And this guy Chuck with the broken leg kicked the game winner from 45 yards.
Did I ever tell you kids about the kick?
It was a freak November blizzard. And then your dad, in a full body cast, hit that miracle kick from 68 yards.
Things just seem to get better around the Pizza Hut pizza. You'll love the stuff we're making.
Oh, bathroom. Oh, bathroom, bathroom, bathroom. Oh, yes.
Traveling's an adventure. Where you stay shouldn't be. Fairfield Inn by Marriott.
You've been thinking about getting a digital satellite dish. And thinking some more. Well, think about this. The people at Radio Shack can answer your questions. Plus, now they've got great deals. Like a Prime Star satellite system for only about $1 a day plus installation. 95 channels of Prime sports and movies with terrific picture and sound quality. Think about it. Better yet, stop thinking about it. Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers.
The Devils go down to Georgia to tackle Tech. Duke, Georgia Tech. Thursday at 8, only on ESPN.
10-9, the extra point attempt is blocked as he just did not get any height on it. Terry Bowden had to be thinking, finally, we got on the scoreboard as Kevin Vaught goes back deep. Along with Mealy, and the extra point is blocked. Casey Tabor on the return. Okay, let's look at the extra point first.
Low kick.
Kenny Mixon, I believe, is the one who got it. And here's the key play of the ball game, and we've gone back and looked at it again. This is a touchdown. He's got possession. His foot is in.
And that's the one they didn't get.
Kellen, in fact, is down. See, he's got possession. There's the foot. The toe goes down first. That should have been a touchdown. Kellen is down there. We're going to go down after this play, and he can show you the foot mark in the end zone. Like a blown play here, and they still throw complete. Savoy. And let's go down. Kellen Winslow, what do you see down there in the corner of that end zone?
Well, Ron, we've got a foot mark untampered with, by the way. No OJKs here. Right here in the end zone, you can see the foot mark. He was clearly in. But, again, a judgment call by the official. Everything happening so fast. We have the benefit of instant replay.
Well, you're right. It's a bang-bang play, but it also was a touchdown.
Now, Bill Oliver's got to call his defense. They've got to make a stop here. LSU, Jerry DiNardo, and Morris Watt, they want to control this clock.
Pass well underthrown, and it'll be third down. Neely is the guy that he wanted.
Ron, how about John Cooler? Came off the bench and has really sparked Auburn. Now he's waiting for one more shot to be able to go back there with 7:45 if its defense can hold to try to pull this one out of the fire. I think those people over at Stanford University and in Birmingham are looking at this game tonight saying our coach and our quarterback's over there.
Well, it's up to the defense again. They need 8 yards. Everybody's coming. Pass is knocked away. Gray was there, and I'll tell you, Spikes almost took Tyler's head off. Boy, did he hit him.
And Brad Ware, the freshman safety, was on a blitz also. Keo Spikes, number 55, with a good, hard pressure. And then a good job by Jason Bray deflecting the football away from Chris Beard.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 by Robert Baker. So as we go to break, this group and this man, the defense of Auburn, have really done the job.
Cream has been the place to go for band instruments for 40 years. We commit ourselves to quality, ensuring that you get only top-of-the-line band instruments when you buy or rent from us. You get names like Yamaha, King, LeBlanc, Canadian Brass, and Selmer, all names that stand for quality in the music business. Our band instrument staff are all trained and certified as band instrument specialists to make sure they can answer any question you may have. We're proud to be the Yamaha Music and Education dealer in Georgia. The Music Room, East 2nd Avenue in Rome, serving music education in Northwest Georgia since 1956. Already know about Owen's famous barbecue, but did you know they serve breakfast too? You get a good breakfast at a good price. If you need it fast, just head for the drive-thru.
This is my planet. This is my favorite barbecue place. This is my seat, and this is my special biscuit. We call it the Hat. And this is Grandma Pat. She makes my special biscuit. You come here, and she'll make one for you, too.
Owen's Barbecue, Martha Berry Highway, in Armurchie.
Did you get that stain out? Yeah, a little club soda came right out. Yeah, mustard is tough to get out. There it is. It looks good. Yeah. Did a great job with that. That's great. That's great. Good? Yeah. All right. Thanks, Dan. Oh, you're welcome, Dan. Hey, oh, by the way, you know where Keith's sitting? He's right over in the corner. All right, I got his stuff here, too.
(10-9). The man who is behind that huddle of people is Damian Craig. And they continue to work on his leg on the sideline.
Ron, if you're Auburn now, you got to think in terms of 6 or or 7 because you've had so many problems with your field goal unit tonight. And I believe the problem has been the low trajectory of the kick. The last one almost hit the offensive lineman.
Cooley deep over the middle, intercepted, threw it too high, and that's Rayon Hill at the 10, at the 5, in for the touchdown.
21 by Rayon Hill in return for the LSU touchdown. LSU 16 over 9 with 7:18
39 yards on the return.
Rayon Hill's return.
Just overthrew it, Ron. Just overthrew the football. Rayon Hill with a nice interception, a good return.
Extra point attempt. As you can see, he slipped down on the kick, but Richie got it through. And reason for that man to be excited right now.
Well, you're still 1 score and 2 points away. Rayon Hill being congratulated. He's sitting back here in center field. John Cooley just throws this ball a little bit too far over the head of Tyrone Goodson. And then the speed of Rayon Hill to get down the sideline and get the score. But what Terry Bowden's going to talk to John Cooley about is, hey, we're still 1 touchdown and 1 2-point conversion from being back in this ball game, even though we played poorly. LSU has played very well on defense. They're still alive. Be a big win for LSU, Ron, on the road, especially trying to win the West. 1-3-1 last year on the road. Lost to Kentucky, tied South Carolina. This would be a big win in the next step for Jerry DiNardo.
Richie will kick it off, and he's kicking to both Baker and Eric Hines Tucker. And Baker, 4 yards deep, goes down on the knee. So in the SEC West, this is what we look at. Alabama 2-0, Auburn 1-0, trying to go to 2-0, and LSU trying to go to 1-0, and send the Auburn Tigers to a 1-1 situation.
And Ron, when you look, LSU has to go to Florida, but they get Alabama at home, so they've got a pretty good schedule also. If they can come off this road game with a win, now they're sitting in pretty good shape. They're probably sitting better than any other team because they got Alabama coming to town.
In fact, we have that ball game. This man right here trying to convince the people down in Baton Rouge that the magic is back. Well, that's what they're trying to find out. But they got 7:19 left on the clock to protect before they head back home with this victory tonight. Cooley's pass is caught. That's going to be a gain of 3, maybe 4 yards, as Karsten Bailey on the receiving end. The battle for the World Driving Championship up for grabs as the Formula One circuit roars into Estoril, Portugal, for the Grand Prix of Portugal. With 2 races left, Britain's Damon Hill leads in the standings, and he's going for his first ever driving championship. But Canadian Jacques Villeneuve is close behind. Damon Hill won the pole position earlier today, so be sure and see Formula One battle tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Eastern on The Deuce. Cooley sets up the screen. Hit, ball is loose. Cooper, no completion. No fumble.
Here's a player of the game for LSU on defense. You're looking at him right there, Greg Hill. He has had the game of all games tonight for LSU's defense. He has responded for Carl Reese, the defensive coordinator. He's been everywhere. Came up, read the screen right away, knocked it off Marquis Cooper, couldn't hold on. Greg Hill has had an excellent night for LSU.
Then Leonard Thompson trying to block him, and he still went up and over him. We've got Greg Hill unofficially for 8 tackles. Now I don't know how many furries he has with all the blitzes tonight. Cooley throws it complete to Baker, and that'll be good for the first down. And let's check in again with Kellen Winslow.
Ron and Mike, a little interesting bit of information about Rayon Hill, who made the interception and took it all the way back. 6 months ago, he broke the tibia in his leg, the big bone, had a rod put in, still playing with the rod in his leg. Doesn't seem to be bothering me at all, does it?
No. I'll tell you, he showed good speed getting in the end zone.
Billy's going to run. Here's a flag from deep downfield as he crosses the 40. Where that's thrown, that could be holding.
Well, it involved Karsten Bailey, number 5. Whether he was holding or being held, we're going to find out.
Mike Tirico, let's check with you again.
Well, Ron, Iowa, ranked team on the road against an unranked team in some major trouble. Rich Young and the Tulsa defense has made it very tough on Matt Sherman and company. That was a 4th down. Tulsa's facing 3rd and 1. If they make it, Iowa's out of timeout. Tulsa will close that game out. Washington State, high-scoring affair. Looks like Oregon will lose this one.
Skeller Stadium right now is rocking in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Well, you talk about Southwest Louisiana's upset of Texas A&M. That ranks up there right with it. Tulsa beating Iowa if they can hold on.
The WAC.
The WAC is making a statement.
Eric Hines Tucker. Good second effort. Ball is loose and has been picked up by Rogers. Rogers heading inside the 40, fumbles. And because Auburn didn't recover their half possession, LSU holds on to it.
Too many mistakes tonight for Auburn. Just too many mistakes against a good football team like LSU. But LSU has created a lot of those mistakes. My hat goes off to Carl Reese and Morris Watts, both coordinators for Jerry DiNardo.
.541 showing on the clock. LSU 17, Auburn 9. Tries to turn the corner. Flag comes down. The clock, for the most part, has been stymied here in the second half.
Even being stymied, he's impressive.
Yeah, he really is. Now coming up, the Residents Inn College Football Scoreboard, SEC Roundup, Notre Dame and Texas, and also the Heisman Watch. All of that and more on the Residents Inn College Football Scoreboard immediately following our game. We have 5:33 left. Pass tip, it's intercepted. That's Jason Bray. LaFleur tipped the ball, couldn't bring it in, and now Auburn's still alive.
Ron, that's the one mistake that you had to force if you're the Auburn defense. They did it. Now it goes back to the offense. Can they get this thing tied up? Jason Bray is going to give them the opportunity. Herb Tyler throwing the ball just out of the outstretched hands of David LaFleur. He tipped it. That kept it alive. Jason Bray with a good concentration on the interception. I like the play call, though. Being aggressive and going after and trying to finish Auburn off right now. Just a deflected pass. Bray with the interception. Now what Auburn has to do, Ron, is be patient here and take the little short throws. They've got 5:20 on the clock and 3 timeouts. They don't need to get it all back one time. Backs out of the backfield against the linebackers. Good matches for you.
Going to go on top, and he's got a man. Baker is there, had it and dropped it. Got turned around.
Wow, he got behind Cedric Donaldson. I tell you, he had a chance for a big play right there.
Cooley's got a pretty good gun, man.
Oh, he does. Underthrew this just a hair. Oh, Cedric Donaldson, number 27, just bought the little stop route. Robert Baker is there, just a little bit behind him, and he wasn't able to come back and catch the football.
You know, that stopped some people who were heading for the exits.
Well, I don't see many heading right now. I'll tell you, they're all looking at this last drive for Auburn.
Pass is caught by Bailey. At the 50-yard line, Denard Walker will put the hit on him, and they say the clock will continue to run.
Well, the fans are booing that call, too, because they thought he was out of bounds. Barston Bailey with the catch, first down catch, and that's what I was talking about. Little outs, little delays up inside, curl routes, just work your way down to the field. This man has worked tonight, Terry Bowden. His stomach is churning, and his dad's up here in the press box churning right with him.
4 minutes and 39, 4:38. Cooley's pass. Baker, he gets whacked by Rayon Hill. Mike Tirico, what do you got for us?
Well, Ron, they are underway in Nebraska and Arizona State. Second drive after each team goes 3 and out. Jake Plummer gets away from Grant Wistrom. Hello! Keith Poole wide open. He caught 3 last week. Arizona State leads number 1 early.
That hasn't happened in a very long time.
No, especially on that field.
No, I'm talking about Nebraska falling behind in the football game.
That's what I'm saying. Last year they were, they liked that field.
Almost intercepted, and it's caught by Auburn. Rusty Williams, and he may have hurt himself diving for the football. Rayon Hill is the guy who almost intercepted it. Williams comes flying from nowhere and makes the reception.
Well, Rayon Hill made a nice play defensively, number 21, against Baker. He hits the ball, and he goes up in the air, and an alert. Rusty Williams with the catch, about 2 yards, maybe a yard short of the first down.
I think he just knocked the wind out of himself. Came down on the football.
And this, the officials' timeout. 3:44 on the clock, Ron. And Auburn has all 3 timeouts.
Speaking of stomachs churning, this guy right here. That's Bernardo pacing on the sideline. Just a couple of moments ago, he had the football and appeared as though very close to packing his lunch pail and getting ready to head back to Baton Rouge, and it's far from over right now after the fumble. Or the interception, actually. Miscues tonight. Well, Auburn 1 of 4 on field goal attempts. 3 turnovers. No takeaways. And they blocked 2 kicks.
And Ron, the most important thing is they didn't get any points off their takeaways. So you've got to be able to turn those into points for your football team. And again, you credit Jerry DiNardo and his defense because they did not allow the Auburn offense to take advantage of those turnovers.
All right, Mike, 17, Markeith Cooper. The little 5'7" flyer out of Miami is back in the ballgame, number 17. Let's see if they try to get him the football.
You'd like to pick this first down up right here. They're going to run the tight end in late, get in a running formation, and try to pick up the first down. Force LSU not to be able to get personnel in the field, and they're going to call a timeout. Now, Jerry DiNardo's upset because he thinks this is a penalty on substitution.
So there's a timeout. We'll take it with him. 3:31 left in our ball game. LSU by 8.
Why float through life when you can drive?
Want to make painting easier? Change your roller to a Wagner cordless power roller. There's less mess, less hassle, and less bending over because you control the flow of paint. So you can just keep on rolling. In fact, with the power roller and its accessories, you'll get professional results nearly twice as fast. It even turns cleanup into an easy job. So get a cordless power roller from Wagner and transform every room in your house.
Welcome back to Auburn, Alabama. Ron Franklin, along with Mike Gottfried and Kellen Winslow. 17-9 LSU, 3:31 left to play, and Auburn has the football back, 3rd and short. McLeod will have it, plus a couple. Marquise Spears from that linebacking spot is there to make the tackle.
And they bring the tight end out. Wide receivers back into the ball game.
Well, it's final. Tulsa 27-20 over Iowa.
Big upset for the WAC.
That's overthrown. Hicks pours who he wanted, and he had broken open, but for some reason, really there looked like just miscommunication on the pattern and the pass. Well, it's only been 4 times, but it's been since 1973 that the LSU Tigers have won at Auburn, and that was a 20-6 victory back then. He knows how huge this would be, and you talk about big ball games, but as we said in the open, you got to beat somebody on the road, a good football team, to take that next step, and that's what they're very close to doing right now. Cooley, complete to Bailey. Let's go back to Mike Tirico. Mike?
Well, Ron, looking here, Nebraska, after being down 7-0, backed up near their own goal line. The pitch a little high for Amon Green. He can't handle it. It ends up being a safety. Nebraska is down 9-0. Last time they trailed by this much, the 95 Orange Bowl, they were down 10 to Miami.
And that's why when those people make those statements that anybody can play quarterback at Nebraska, they got a very sophisticated offense. A little tougher to run than just anybody running.
Cooley, that's to Baker, and he slipped down. Lost his footing at the 12. Walker was there, but he was down already because of the slip.
Play picked up 8 yards.
Auburn has all 3 timeouts left. From the 12, 2nd down and 2. Stansberry makes the hit, and that's going to be close to the 1st down. In fact, from where the side just came up, nope, it's going to be a 3rd. Thought McLeod had it, but he does not.
A lot of time left again for Terry Bowden, and he already knows what, if he scores a touchdown, he knows what the 2-point play is. I mean, there's no one guessing on that. They have a free 2-point play that they've worked on, that they know what they're going to run if they score this touchdown.
They're on the field quickly. LSU makes a substitution. They go right side with McLeod. He'll have the 1st down as McFarland trips him up at his 1st and goal, Auburn. And now the clock is at 1:48. First things first, they got to get it in the end zone, then they got to come up with a 2-point play.
That's right, and they've got a whole month left on time over those 3 timeouts. I mean, they've got a lot of time here to work with.
Don't forget the Residence Inn College Football Scoreboard coming up immediately following our game. We'll have a wrap-up on the SEC. Also a look again at Notre Dame and Texas. And some other biggies played around the country today, and being played tonight. Rusty Williams
could be the
close
timeout.
to the 7.
Not going to use a timeout just yet. Trying to sneak one in with the running play.
1:15, 1:14.
pick up 2 yards. Second and goal at the 7.
105, 104.
I thought they'd use a timeout after that last play.
The crowd is now reacting to the fact that
they're still okay. They want the right call.
And now they call timeout. Oh, my. Good heavens.
Well, I said they had a month. They're down to weeks now.
A week.
Maybe a day.
So there's a timeout. We'll take it with them. Right back with more from Auburn. 44 seconds left.
Take it on.
This is the locker room, and that's Neil Smith. We like him when he's good and mean. So we get his mother-in-law to call him Collect before each game without using 1-800-COLLECT. She's got some nerve, Neil. 1-800-COLLECT could have saved him up to 44%. Hey, Neil, she did it to you again. 1-800-COLLECT. Save the people you call up to 44%.
Northwest Airlines can take you as far away and bring you as close to home as any airline on Earth.
Some people just know how to fly.
Here's the situation. LSU 17-9, 44 seconds left. Auburn lost about 26 seconds. After they got the play in and the proper formation, the backs lined up wrong, then they had to call the timeout. That's what the crowd was so upset about. Rusty Williams cuts it back inside at the 1. Touchdown, Auburn. All right, Mike, I'm going to put it squarely on your shoulders. From what they have had success doing, what play would you call as far as this 2-point conversion?
Well, it's different now because you got John Cooley, and I'm sure with Damian Craig, it was a type of rollout play. Now, all of a sudden, Terry Bob's going to take a timeout. Now, you may think about running it in. You may think about some type of pass pick play where you got 3 receivers grouped up on the same side. They know what they want to call. They know they've got 2 calls. They have one probably for Damian Craig, and now they're thinking about whether they want to use that for John Cooley.
Well, we talked about off the top of the telecast how big it was for either team, because whoever wins this has got a real leg up as far as the Western Division race. And you talk about the schedule of where they get what team. But for this man right here, he's trying to get them to believe back in the Bayou country again, that the magic is back. And he's got to have this win here tonight. In fact, he said a great thing yesterday. He said, I really identify with the people of Louisiana. Because he said, I'm a New Yorker. He said, we're emotional people and we're compassionate people. And he said, the folks of Louisiana are just like that. And he said, I really identify with that. And as a result, he said, it has been a great marriage, a great union. We get along wonderfully. I really like those people. He'd like to take this victory back tonight to those very even more compassionate people that they win this one tonight.
Well, he needs a defensive stand right here on this 2-point play. Because the momentum, if this game ends with a 2-point play, the momentum is in Auburn's favor in that overtime.
Yeah, you're right.
Doesn't look like they're going to line up with a tight end.
Karsten Bailey is wide to the left. Baker is going to be to the right. And also the third wide receiver in the game is Tyrone Goodson, number 83, as they come to the line of scrimmage. McLeod in the backfield, along with Rusty Williams. 2-point conversion. Auburn's got to have it to tie. And now Cooley wants a timeout.
It's a basketball play. Exactly what he wanted to see. Terry Bowden wanted to see what alignment was going to be for LSU before he made this call. Same thing they do in basketball. You don't need the timeout if you get the onside kick. If you don't make the two-point play, you're going to be onside kicking anyway with 38 seconds to go. So he thought it more important here to see what the defense was going to line up in, and now to attack it.
Residents in college football scoreboard coming up immediately following our ball game. SEC Roundup, Notre Dame, Texas, and the Heisman Watch. And also, we'll keep you up to date as to what's going on with #1 Nebraska out in the desert tonight. They have gotten a little sand kicked in their face early on by the Sun Devils of Arizona State.
And what I was saying there, Ron, about, quarterback is so important, not to say take anything away from Scott Frost, because the guy they lost under that center for Nebraska with Tommy Frazier was a great quarterback and did a lot of good things. Now Auburn is going to take the ball and move it to the hash, which means probably some type of pick play to the wide side of the field with their pass receivers. 3 receivers obviously probably a line up to the field, and you get some kind of pick play out there, Ron.
Well, the 2 players that are going to the right, the wide side of the field, are 83 Tyrone Gibson and number 21 Robert Baker. Back to the short side, back into the boundary, is Karsten Bailey. He's in the bottom of your screen.
And you also got Rusty Williams, so he'll probably go in the flat.
There's the snap, the pass. It is intercepted. Rayon Hill. Rayon intercepted one for a touchdown, and now intercepts one on a 2-point conversion. Return for a 2-point. Once again, the interception return for 2 points. And it's LSU 19, Auburn 15. 23-15. And next door to us, the LSU coaches. Joe Dean, the athletic director, has just come in from his booth on the other side of them, and the celebration has started. 19-15. So Rayon Hill has accounted for a touchdown and a 2-point return on the interception.
Well, when you move the ball to the hash, you almost figure that the ball is going to go to the field. But a lot of teams do that. They want more room to work with. Here is Rayon Hill, number 21, and he's going to break to the field side. He'll step in front of the little slant pass, and he's off and running.
One more look from the end zone as Cooley gets the pass away.
On 38 seconds, they still can get the onside kick. And they're a Hail Mary away from trying to pull this out if they can get the onside kick.
Foster loses it. Auburn has it at the 50-yard line. Robert Baker.
Better hold that celebration because they still have to stop Auburn, and they have all night. Jerry DiNardo, the emotions of this football game.
Well, I want to remind you of something. Seen a situation like this similar here with Auburn. It was against Florida. Cooley pass intercepted. This time it is Cedric Donaldson.
Now the celebration can begin.
Well, tonight's Visa players of the game are from the LSU Tigers, Greg Hill, who was outstanding defensive play tonight. And as part of the continuing effort to further the development of amateur athletics, Visa proud to donate $1,000 to the university on behalf of that athlete. The LSU Tigers are going to continue their dominance over the Auburn Tigers' third straight year. And the first time for this man or an LSU team to win over here in quite a while. Once again, our final, LSU 19, Auburn 15. This is the presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Now let's join Mike Tirico for the Residents In College Football Scoreboard.
Ron, Mike, and Kellen, thank you. What a tremendous game. And the interceptions which turned this game the other way a couple of years ago, this time turns it for the LSU Tigers, who come up with a 4-point win, and it certainly helps their cause in the SEC West. Exhale, deep breath.